Shields up, Iron Breakers, and welcome to another episode of the Third Fleet Podcast. I'm here with Gaijin Hunter. How are you doing, Gaijin?
Waiting for lag for 2 seconds. I'm doing good.
Are you
Sorry,
really,
guys.
I'm
warning you guys. No, I'm warning everybody right now that Discord is lagging like an SOB.
Yeah.
So if I'm talking over Ruri, please just forgive me, because I can look at the video of him, and if it looks like he just stopped talking, it's not actually correct. I've got ping issues, basically.
Yeah, we have.
So forgive me, but no, I'm melting in the Japanese summer. It's hell. How are you doing?
I've been suffering from summer break. The only thing summer break is breaking is me, because my kids don't let me do anything at all. I've been trying to get some content done. It's been rough, dude. It's been rough. Like, and I've also moved. I'm in a different place now, in a different house.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So like I can,
different house altogether.
Yes, I moved to a different house. Like this is not the warehouse anymore. This is an actual.
Wow.
Like, I know that the panels look the same because they are the same panels, but this is my actual home studio now, which is cool because I get
that's
to.
crazy!
You
Congrats! Would you sell your house and get a new one?
No, I haven't sold my house yet, but yes, I am.
But you got a new house.
Yeah, got a new house.
So congrats!
Now I can do this. Check this out. Hells yeah, dude!
Hell
Listen,
yeah.
this right here.
You can now praise the sun as you're playing.
Yeah, this is a game changer, dude. Straight up. Like, you got to get yourself one of those. I'm telling you.
I have one.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah, this is absolutely phenomenal. It's so good. I can just stand up whenever I want to, sit back down. It's fantastic. I've been showing it off all the time.
You're looking good. You're looking thinner.
Yeah, I mean, the Eric's workout is making its magic.
Still keeping at it, huh?
Yeah, I'm still keeping at it. Still doing it 4 times a week. And now I also went ahead and I got myself a bike.
Proud of you, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to use the bike as much as possible. So yeah, just doing my old man things, because I also have like a really bum knee now, so I have to take care of that. That's another problem. Old man things. Welcome to the Old Man Podcast.
Well, you kicking ass, man.
Yeah.
Only thing I've got on my end is I'm still struggling to lose weight, but I've got my blood glucose on lockdown, man.
You got it.
It's not even. It's even lower than pre-diabetic levels. That's how much I have it under control.
You got to message Eric's. He's going to give you a workout routine just like he did for me, and then he'll get all of your workouts sorted for sure, and then you're going to get like nice and lean. No problem.
Yeah, but you can't draft somebody motivation. You can't draft somebody the determination to keep doing it consistently. That's something I've got to find.
No, but see, that's the thing.
I know what to do. I'm just not doing it.
But you see,
I'm not doing it. It's
that's the thing. Once you get started, you're not going to want to stop, because that's how it goes. You just need to get started. Getting the beginning of it going, that's the key.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just like
the first 6 weeks is the hardest. Yeah, you get over that, then
you
make it into a habit. Then it's just like, I mean, you'll start feeling bad that you're not doing it. You know.
Yep.
But
I've been going for over 2 years now.
Oof.
It's been over 2 years
That's
now,
awesome.
dude. It's been crazy. But yeah, what if we're going to be talking a whole lot about Monster Hunter, because there's a lot of things to talk about Monster Hunter. But what else have you been playing? Because obviously you're probably doing other things, I would imagine. You've had your Atelier arc.
Oh yeah.
What is your current arc now?
This year has been very blessed.
Oh,
I've been playing lots of good games. And although I'm still playing Monster Hunter, obviously, and we'll talk about that, but like on the downtime, I've got so many games I'm swimming in, man. It's crazy. And you got to get your kids into gaming, because like, then again, I'm not making videos. So my daughter's on summer break as well, and all we do is play games night to day. Like, it's all we do when I get back from work.
Yeah, but see,
no, I've been on a Project Moon arc now. It's an indie company from South Korea, and they made Lobotomy Corporation, which was a weird simulation hellish game with really deep lore and interesting atmosphere for Steam. Then they sold a game called Story of Ruina, which I'm playing right now, which is PC, which is awesome. Very hard, interesting card battle. Just continuing that whole sort of like lore. Like, they've got their own little universe that they've built up that all the games are supporting. And then they came out with a game called Limbus Company a few years ago, and then Una got me into that, and we've been playing that like hardcore. I've put in about 200 hours in the last few months. It's so good.
Damn.
It's like one of those games. It's like it's free to play, but I really haven't spent much money at all, and I literally shed a few tears at the end of like chapter 7. Like the story moved me that much. Like the music, the story, like, it's just so good. It's like I didn't know games could be art again. It's like my favorite story right now since Shadowbringers Endwalker finale. Like it's that good. So
damn.
I'm
does it overcome
I'm having a good time.
Shadowbringers and Endwalker?
No, I mean, that was pretty peak. That was pretty peak, man. That's because I still say that's my favorite. That's my favorite story arc in any medium. Still, that was so good.
You remember?
So the fact that Dawn Trail dropped it so hard is like, I was expecting it, right? You can't hit the top mountain and not fall down hard, but you'll get back up.
But you remember that I told you this before you got into 14, that it was my favorite story ever in any piece of media. Now here you are saying the same thing. It's a damn shame that Dawn Trail was so bad, dude. Jesus Christ.
It's so funny because like you can hype up the game, but then someone has to start out with A Realm Reborn, and it's just kind of funny. You're like, it gets better. But it does get better, a lot better. But it's like I liked it too. But it's just funny because people expect it to be like high octane, but it's like no, we're building the world and it'll all pay off.
Yeah.
You just got to trust the process.
Yeah, but it is good.
But yeah, that's. And then Switch 2, I haven't even had time to play because I'm just playing so much.
So you bought the Switch 2,
so much of the Project Moon games,
and then you haven't played.
I played a lot of Atelier. No, I've played a lot of Atelier games on it. Like I'm almost done playing Lulua. I played all of Eskan Laji. I played all of Shally. Like I've played several games on it. And it's great. It's also Japanese summer, so it's like very hot or super rainy. So it's not like I want to take my Switch out with me as I go to work or something because I don't want it to get wet or broken.
Yeah.
So the trains are so hot and crowded that I can't possibly game in them anyways. So no, I'm very happy with my Switch 2. It's just, it just came out and there's really not a lot of games for it. So, it's like PlayStation 3 when I bought it. Like we got our Genji and we fought enemy crabs, and we did our Ridge Racer and then we just waited for half a year or two, almost a year, and then we got a bunch of cool games. We'll talk a little bit about the new one coming out for it.
Yeah. I saw I thought that I was going to have bought a Switch 2 by now, and I ended up not doing it because I was very disappointed in a lot of Nintendo decisions with, the whole thing about the updates, a lot of them costing money. I was like, well, I bought the hardware. You should just give me the update. Like, what's the big deal? And then there was the whole thing about, you need to connect it online in order to be able to play the Switch 1 games. And it's like, so it's not even running natively. It's like some hybrid.
Yeah. It's actually it's doing with not the first PS3s, but the ones afterwards. It's doing it through software emulation.
No, it was the first PS3s. It was the fat one.
No. The very first PS3s actually had a separate drive inside that played the PlayStation 2 games native.
Yeah, and the following ones just didn't do it at all.
No, and then there was one point where they switched the software and then they just stopped it.
Yeah, it was
really weird.
By the time I got to it, it's like, this just doesn't run PS2 games at all, and I was like, that friggin' sucks. But okay.
I'll tell you one thing though, the game that I praised and I haven't gone back to it because I've been on other games right now, but it's on my backlog. Fantasy Life I has been getting they've been supporting the living crap out of that game. Not only did the Switch 2, they charged like $3. There is actually, I'm not going to go into it today, but there's an actual reason why larger Japanese companies generally will like to play it safe, and they'll charge a little bit for it because it's a Japanese law and licensing and weird reason why. But whatever, $3. They gave awesome frame rate, great resolution. They've been patching and adding all sorts of things. Like players were like, I want to zoom the camera out, I want this, I want that. They're just doing all of it. So the game is in great condition right now. Like if you're gonna play it, like PC or Switch 2, it's good.
I actually do want to play that game, but it's just like there's so many games to play right now that it's
and that's not a game that you stream. That's a game you
you
sit down and you just grind and have fun. Just chopping trees and beating up monsters and doing, dungeon runs and stuff. You don't do that on stream, no.
But yeah, I ended up not picking up the Switch 2 yet, and so likely I'm either gonna pick it up for Metroid, which supposedly is coming out this year, still has no release date. Like we're in August right now. Like what? It's almost like it's gonna be holiday season. I don't see how it could be anywhere else than holiday season, right? Like
yeah.
So we'll probably get that.
Before we jump to your games, though,
go ahead.
If I'm allowed to, I actually want to do a shout out to a game that no one's heard of, and they would not hear of otherwise because it's so indie as hell, which is Kimono Tea Time. It's got a demo out on Steam, and it's got a demo, I believe, out on Switch too as well, or Switch. It's just an indie game that's like pixel art. It's really nice art, and I think they're calling it an ASMR tea shop simulator, and it's just one of these, like, it's really weird. It's just a cozy ass game where you're two sisters running a tea shop, and it's just really gorgeous pixel art, and you choose, I guess it's like atelier, right? You someone comes into the shop and you talk to them and you hear like their story, and the narrative is really good and the conversations are engrossing, and then okay, well, why don't I make you a tea with this and that because you're stressed out from work or whatever, and then you craft it.
Yeah,
it's got a nice little cutscene that's a little ASMR-y, and the music's super like lo-fi chill, and then you serve it, and then you talk more, and then they leave, and then someone else comes in, and you find out like everybody in the town's interconnected, and it's like a simulator, right? You just enjoy working simulator. At a cafe, like. Sort of. It's like, wouldn't it be cool, like when you work at a cafe and you've got all these people coming in, you just start to get to know them better? It's like that. So it's like a super cozy, just like, oh, that's cute. But I actually checked it out because the person who does the character design for it is Noko, who is the character designer for Atelier Sophie. And I love that game.
Yep.
And so I checked it out. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's really, really minor indie game, but like check it out if it sounds interesting, because I'm sure nobody's heard of it.
Okay.
I think it's coming out in September, but I enjoyed the demo. But what have you been up to? Probably something more interesting stuff than I have.
I played the Lies of P DLC, which is brutal. Kicked my ass.
Oh, nice.
The title of the video was "It Bullied Me and Took My Lunch Money." It's like so. Lies of P, I've always
we're both playing Korean games, aren't we? Huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a different flavor. The thing about me and Lies of P has always been like a love-hate relationship, where it's like, man, I really love this game, and then I get to a boss that's annoying as hell, and I'm like, man, I really hate this game. It just keeps going up and down.
You know what it reminds me is the game I'm playing now. There's like a catchphrase that community uses for Library of Ruina, which is the difficulty curve is vertical.
Yeah.
It just goes up, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm just getting pounded into the ground.
Something along those lines. So I did Lies of P. I recently also did First Berserker Kazan, which is similarly in difficulty. They did add difficulty modes to these two games, which I kind of almost feel like sometimes the balance ends up being worse because developers have to, spread.
Yeah, I know you've never been a fan of that.
Yeah,
we've talked about that in.
I like having one difficulty mode, and usually when you have multiples, it seems like
fine-tune
the one that the game is intended to be played at ends up being like either way too bloated or too easy or whatever. And in these two games, it's been brutal. Like, to give you an idea, final boss, First Berserker Kazan, 3.5 hours. It's a live stream of 3.5 hours of me just smashing my face against it repeatedly. I
mean, I took down the first Bloodborne boss before 3.5 for the first boss.
No, the last boss.
Oh! I thought you said first boss, and I was like, oh my god,
the final boss.
Oh,
of
that's
First
nothing.
Berserker Kazan. Yeah, 3.5 hours.
Oh, that sounds.
It's like
I mean,
a
that's
raid
nothing compared
encounter.
to what was his name? Like Sekiro last boss. How many hours did that take you? That took me like 12.
No, it didn't take me that long. I forget how long it took.
It took me like 3 full days.
No.
Full days to beat it. It kicked my ass.
I don't know. I feel like the parry system in Sekiro was much more intuitive, but so I played those two.
3.5. Okay.
Now I'm playing Wu Chang, which is another Souls-like. This one I've been having a lot of fun with because it only has one difficulty. So and I'm like, and I instantly feel like it's better balanced. It just feels like it's better balanced. I thought it was just easier. I
think some companies, I think can nail it, right? If they design the game and then as an afterthought they add it in, and they just say, "Look, this is our desired, and everything else is just artificial. So like, please play in this mode, but it's there if you need it."
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. If they try to design it with multiple modes at once, then it's kind of like none of them are really the sweet spot.
But one of my biggest addictions since we last spoke is Nightreign.
Ooh.
Elden Ring Nightreign is so good. They've done such a phenomenal job. And that's why I was surprised you didn't play it. I can't believe you didn't play Elden Ring Nightreign. This game is awesome. So Go on, because you were telling me earlier before we started the podcast that
no, you can't say that.
No, I'm not saying anything. No. I want you to tell it to them. Ambush journalism.
Here.
No. I'm just saying, like, why?
Okay, Elden Ring.
I wanted you to kind of like say why you didn't want it to, why you ended up not playing it.
Yeah.
So that I can tell you why you're wrong.
Okay. Elden Ring, I adored. I'll put that out there. I adored it. We got our asses kicked by Millennia for, God knows how many hours it was, like 10 or something, but we beat her. Loved the game to death. We did multiple runs. Bought the DLC for Elden Ring. Was it Shadows of the Earth?
Shadow of the Earth Tree.
Earth Tree.
Yeah.
Gave it an honest, I think, 15 hours. Did not enjoy it. As the game structure was just very obviously tuned to, I think, a different audience than the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring, like, what for me was more of a narrative journey.
It felt like is more accessible, I would say. Shadow of the Earth Tree is harder.
I felt it's harder, and it also just felt like, okay, let's just do a lot of great. It's like G rank. Let's do a lot of good challenges. I didn't feel like there was this really cohesive, like, tissue holding these areas together. Like, the story didn't engross me like Elden Ring did. The atmosphere didn't interest me, and I watched the cutscenes afterwards. I know it's different than playing it, but I still watched them, and I was like, okay, I didn't really miss out, because like it's like, yeah, okay, sure. But like, I was burnt on that one. I felt it was well crafted, but I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. I just thought, no. So when I saw the trailers for Nightreign, and I know this is wrong, but it looked like a PvP game to me.
It does.
And I don't like PvP. Yeah. I don't like PvP in the games of Elden Ring at all. I don't like PvP games in general. So the fact that it even looked like a PvP game, or there was even like intruders or anything, no, I hate that. But I do know now that it's actually like a PvE. It's like a cooperative thing where you guys are off doing your own thing and you're fighting off bosses. I also don't like the idea of boss rushes, which I know it's not a boss rush mode. I think their marketing failed me in some ways. But the thing is, like, I don't know, like, just it feels like a tell me how I'm wrong, but to me, at least, the way it was introduced, like, one thing that burnt me on the Elden Ring DLC was that, like, it really didn't go into the lore. I felt like the whole backstory with what's his name, you didn't even have the queen didn't even show up. Like, there was like nothing on her at all.
Queen Marika? Yes, there
Marika?
is. You go to her village.
There is?
You literally go to her village.
No, I know that, but you don't, and you find, I'm not gonna spoil it for people, but like, I don't have notes, so I'm messing up names. Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't seem like it's a narratively driven game. It seems like it's more of a sandbox for those who enjoy that universe, and that's how it came off to me. And so my interest level was minus 100 from the start, because that's what the DLC for Elden Ring was for me. It was just sandbox difficulty, no real story that I was finding interesting. So no discovery.
I don't want to get too in depth with the DLC story bits, but there is tons of story there, as usual, just hidden away in nooks and crannies and all of that stuff. You find out the story later through the Vati Video videos, obviously. But
exactly.
But like, when it comes to Nightreign, Nightreign is very much more about the gameplay. There is a story there that is told in between runs. So each of the night fares, because you don't actually make a character in this game, so you have classes that you are playing with. So each of these classes has like their own personal journey that they're going on. And in between runs, you'll have like objectives like, oh, go here, do this during your next run. You go and you do that, and that unlocks like further story for that character. And some of those characters do have interesting stories. Like a lot of people, I think, were big fans of the doll, the Revenant story. That one is absolutely crazy. And some of the
How many different like character like egos or like versions do they have that you can choose from?
I don't have them all. I mean, I have them all by head, but I
Like
probably
are we
will
talking like
miss
5 or 6 or a dozen or something like that?
less than a dozen. I can tell you
Okay.
exactly how many there are because I'm always coming up to the website to steal the images, so I know where they are. So you have the Guardian, the what's the name? Iron Eye, Guardian, Iron Eye, Recluse. So the Guardian's like a tank type of character. Iron Eye is an archer. The Recluse is a spellcaster. You have the Duchess, which is like a hybrid rogue with some spellcasting abilities. You have the Wilder, which Wilder is basically John Elden Ring. He's just like your basic, bastard sword wielding
John
guy.
Elden Ring.
And then you have the crap. I forget his name. The big one. What's the name of the big one? I love him too. That's the worst part. The Raider. You have the Raider, which is just like your big two-handed strength build with poise. You have the Executor, which is kind of like your John Sekiro, so it's about the parries. And you have Revenant, which is a summoner. So she summons like these ghostly apparitions that come in and beat the crap out of everybody. And they have names like Sebastian and Frederick, and I forget what the name of the page is. I think it's Ellen. But yeah. So that will be a total of 8 archetypes. See, I knew I was going to probably forget some, but yeah, 8 archetypes, and each of them has its own story that they go through. I like the story of the Guardian, which, interestingly enough, it's connected with the story of the Recluse. So a lot of these are interconnected. It's like the Duchess is interconnected with Wilder, and then you learn more about both of them. And there's tons of lore there to investigate, but it doesn't directly... I mean, it does tie into Elden Ring, but it's that thing of the way in which they tell the story. It's going to be very complex for you to interpret.
Yeah, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm curious. Do you think it was a good decision to sell them as classes, like marketed that way, or would you think it would have been better if they said there's 8 characters, all with their own unique backstories and fighting styles you can play? And like, did they market it as like?
Yes.
Did they by name or by archetype? Like, what did they refer to them and stuff?
I mean, they refer to them by the names that I just said: the Wilder, the Guardian, the Iron Knight. They don't give them actual names.
It's a class. Like, why not? Do you think it would matter, or am I just being too?
I don't think it matters.
It feels so generic to call it like, oh, the Raider. But if you said like you could play as Sebastian from the blah 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 from the Veil, like that would be pretty cool. It makes it sound like a story.
Sebastian is the undead big skeleton that the Revenant summons. That's Sebastian. He fires lasers from his mouth.
Okay. Anyway, go on. Correct me on my misunderstandings.
So it's like the reason I'm actually surprised you didn't play it is because I figured that you and Yuna would absolutely love this game, and it's just like so weird. Because like, what is this game in its essence? If you boil it down, it's a dungeon run. That's all it is. It's a dungeon run, but you're making your own route, and sometimes there's random things that happen when you are doing that dungeon run. So the idea here is you're jumping into.
It sounds like Remnant 2 when you say it like that.
No, it's not like Remnant 2. It's actually more like like Final Fantasy XIV Deep Dungeon.
Okay.
It's kind of like that, except there's a lot more speed to it than necessary because like there's the ring aspect of it, right? So you're jumping in. You and 2 other people, because it's meant to be played with 3 players co-op, even though now is actually the perfect time for you and Yuna to join in because they just added duo expeditions. So you can go in as a team of 2. It's the first time that they've done that since the release of the game.
Oh, really? They didn't have that?
No, they only have... you could go in solo, or you could go in with 3. But you couldn't go in
I've
with
seen a
2.
lot of comments about solo being a joke saying, bullshit, you support it, because it's apparently like super hard, right? That's what I've read online, at least.
They've rebalanced it.
It's not a good experience?
At the beginning, it was real hard, and they've rebalanced it, so now you get like extra lives when you're playing solo. So when you die, it doesn't feel as punishing, because like, oh, I still have 1 extra life, and if you beat the Night Lord, you get another extra life, and you beat the next Night Lord, you get another extra life. So they've made it significantly easier, even though, in my opinion, and this is where things get controversial. People hate it when I talk about this. I don't think they should have. There shouldn't have even been a solo mode, and there shouldn't be a duo mode. It's made for 3 players, and you played with 3 players, and them's the
So what you're saying is it's the perfect mode for you and Yuna, but I wish it didn't exist.
Exactly. No, I think
Give me an NPC, simulate a player. At that
I think
point.
that
I don't need another human.
I think that solo and 2-player mode should have been implemented when the game's popularity would have went down a little bit. Although that might be a good time. I don't know if it's been the popularity is waiting down or not. I'm still like super hooked on it. But so the idea is you're jumping into that thing, and there's 3 players, and you're going in there, and you're all going together because it's always better to go together than to go separate. In the initial, they've said, "Oh, you can like separate and go." Like if you do that with most groups, you're all gonna die. You're all gonna have a bad time.
That did not sound very appealing to me.
Sometimes
I think that whole like, oh, it's closing in, so you're all gonna go there, and that's what gave me like this battle royale vibe, which I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
It does give you a battle royale vibe, but like, so the thing is, there are situations where you might want to split up. Like, hey, there's this side objective that just spawned, and one of you can go do it real quick while the other 2 keep working on other stuff, because everybody's still benefiting, because even if you're on the other side of the map killing stuff, I'm still getting runes for the things that you're killing, so it's worth it. But basically you're going through, and what is happening is there's a roguelike element to it. So every time you kill a boss will drop like an orb, and you go to the orb and it gives you like 3 random things that you can choose from. And sometimes it'll be a weapon, sometimes it'll be a power-up, and, you know, things can get really wonky depending on the things that you get. So there's that aspect to it, and you're all powering up to... eventually the circle starts shrinking, and that cuts off a section of the map. So you have to... Okay, now we can only work with this part of the map. So you have to make sure to get the edges, the things that you want from the edge, you need to get those as fast as possible, because that's going to collapse in. And then shortly after that, it collapses in again, and then there's just like one small zone, which is basically a boss arena. And you're going to go in there and you're going to fight a boss. That will be your first night boss. Kill that. Circle expands again. Stuff doesn't respawn, so the things that you've done, those are done. You don't have to go back and do them again. Now you have to choose other things to go and do to power up even more. And then eventually the circle shrinks again, cuts off another section of the map, and does it again until you get to night 2.
So the dungeon has like 3 layers?
No, the dungeon,
like 3 layers?
No, the dungeon.
Like,
what do you mean by layers?
Full cycle, like with a boss. Like how many bosses do you go through in a run?
3 bosses, but it's like, the map is always the same.
Yeah.
The map is always the same. What changes is the events that are on the map.
How long is the average play session for all that?
40
minutes.
Sounds
like a long time.
It's 40 minutes. 40, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how good your group is. But yeah, usually the runs would be 40 to 45 minutes were the runs that I'm doing.
Yeah. What is there like a currency, or like what do you run? What do you get
when you
out of your runs?
run,
what's persistent?
When you finish a run, you get these. I think they're called relics. And relics, each of your Nightfarers can slot in 3 relics, and they're color-coded. So you also unlock new color codes as you play through the game, and you do their remembrance quests and all of that. So like, oh, when I begin, I have yellow, yellow, red, and blue, blue, green. And then you unlock, okay, so now I have 3 blues. Now I have red, yellow, blue, and you unlock further color combinations, and the relics will then give you some small passive benefits that can even give you special things for each of the classes. So the class that I specialized in, obviously, is the Guardian, Birdman, the Eagle of Freedom, and he's got a big shield, and me and shields, you know the rule, right? Me and big shield. Yeah. So one of the things that you get with him is whenever you are doing your special stance blocking, which is an ability that he has, if enemies hit me, there's like a small explosion, and they take poise damage. They take real damage, but mostly which one is that poise damage to eventually break them. And
I get that stagger.
Yeah. And so every Nightfare has like something kind of like that. Then each of these classes also has 3 abilities that you normally don't have in Elden Ring. So one of them will be either a passive ability or like an ability that you can do, like I said, for the Guardian, which is the special guard stance. Then the other one's going to be an active ability. So for instance, the Duchess has this ability wherein all of the damage that your group just did in the last, 2 or 3 seconds, she just does half of that all at once in one ability.
Boom.
So like say for
So
instance
if you're popping off on the other end of the map, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cash in. Boom.
No, you have to be close to her, I think. Because it's like damage close to her. So like, but let's say for instance you have somebody like a raider just goes in and like, oh, my big pillar, boom. And now the boss goes in, crit, boom. And then the Duchess goes in, okay, half of that happens all over again. Enjoy. And the boss just takes all that damage. So, there's abilities like that. And then each of the characters also has an ultimate, which is usually very, very powerful. So the Guardian, for instance, I jump up in the air and then I come crashing down. And if I keep the button pressed, it creates an AoE that makes everybody invincible inside of it. And if I have a special relic, it will also heal everybody back to full health if you're inside of it. And it also resurrects everybody that happens to be downed. So it's very, very powerful.
I mean, the gameplay sounds really cool, but
it is.
If I can ask a few questions.
Go ahead.
Maybe I'm just too focused on the character-driven aspect of the games I've been playing lately, but like, to me, like what you're saying, like if they were to say like, okay, marketing promotion, let's talk about the Duchess, give her a name, talk about her, say as you play, as you do matches, you'll unlock her story, you'll unlock new play styles for her, and all that stuff, and it becomes almost, it's a character-driven game that if they would have sold it like that to me, I would have been interested.
Those two things that you've just said are true, because as you play her more, you're going to unlock more relics, which can change her play style,
enhance her how you approach with her, and you get more backstory or whatever.
And you also get more backstory, which in the case of the Duchess, she is one of the most important characters in the game.
Give them a trailer that has their theme song that focuses only on them. Don't call them a class name. Like, make it character driven, and I would have I could do that. I mean, that's Limbus Company basically.
No, but I'm telling you,
story narrative. But I mean,
you and Yuna would be.
You sell it better than they do. You've sold it better to me than From Software has. But then again, in their defense, I've not been keeping up with the trailers. Because the first two major marketing pushes didn't interest me at all. I was like, I don't want generic Dark Souls template fighting. Like, I'm sure the gameplay is great, but I want story. I want characters.
It's like
that's what I didn't.
The gameplay of this is kind of like Elden Ring on crack. So it's like you dial up the speed of Elden Ring because you have a super sprint. So you don't have torrent, but you have a super sprint. So your characters just like run real fast through the game. And then you have mantling. So you know how you have jump on Elden Ring? Now you have mantling as well. So like if you can jump up into something that's like this high on your character will just like go over it and keep going. Yeah. So you can kind of like go through like, those sections in the game that would have like all of those pillars leaned up against walls, like all of those tombstones. Like those are basically stairs in Elden Ring because you're just like jumping in and go up the mountain real fast. So yeah.
If you want me, I could probably sell Yuna on it, which would get me to try it. If you can answer. Okay. No, there's a prerequisite. One, she has to see the roster. The characters have to be narratively, visually interesting. Like, oh, that's cool. That's a cool character. I want to play as that. I want to know about that character. Do you unlock new costumes for them?
Oh, yes. Lots of new costumes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So, like, you remember...
That's really important.
You remember Dark Souls 2?
No. I remember going in and killing the person that I'm allowed to level up, and then everyone was laughing at me.
That's perfect. It's exactly that person that I'm talking about. You remember her?
She had a really cute voice, if I'm remembering the character correctly. No, the one I killed.
This person that you killed, you can get her costume if you play as the Recluse. If you play as the Guardian, you get to dress up as Solaire.
When you say Recluse and Guardian, there's nothing that disinterests me anything more. I really wish we would just call them by the names, and then maybe I would.
I don't know their names.
Like, yeah, you can play as Ludwig, like that from Bloodborne, like, and you get his backstory. Like those characters, she even knows the names, and she didn't even play the damn game. Because that's the thing that we like is the theming of the character and the atmosphere, the costumes,
I don't know their names,
the soundtrack. That's what scares me. That's why I wasn't sold on the game, because I really like it's got to be character driven. But it sounds like it is.
I mean,
a lot more than I thought it was. So I'll promise you I'll at least look into it. I don't know if I'll buy it, but I'll look into it.
There's a story for each of the characters. Some are better than others for sure. I like the Guardian story, even though I don't think it's necessarily the best. I think that probably The better stories are going to be like Duchess and Revenant. I think a lot of people are
Yeah.
going to like those, as well as Wilder, because
Okay.
they're kind of like more tragic stories in a way. So those usually
Yeah.
resonate a little bit better. Even though the Guardian story is also pretty tragic. So, it is what it is.
Then I guess so we can move away from the topic because you've sold me. I will start looking into the game, which I was
Okay.
not willing to do before.
Perfect.
So good job.
I've did it, guys. I've done it.
Now I want to know though, if you were to take one of the characters, let's say the Duchess, how long do you think it would take to play through her? Like, how many story chapters would you say that she has? Like, that you can unlock and see, like 5, 10, or whatever. Is there an
So
end to it? Like, okay, I've unlocked.
it all depends on number one, the character, and number two, how good you are. Because for instance, some characters will be like, go over here and pick up this item on your next run, and then you go to there'll be like a marker in the map. You go there, and like an enemy will spawn or something, and you kill him, and then he drops something, and you pick up that thing. That's the quest done. So by the end of that
Sparks the
run, you then go
memory.
back, you do your thing, you're good. And then other characters will be like, you need to go and kill Libra. And Libra is tough. So if you get like a good group and you're able to kill Libra just fine, then that will be fast. If not, that's 1 hour almost every time that you fail. So it starts inflating. But I would say like traditionally, assuming that you don't fail anything, 8 to 10 hours per character, maybe less.
Okay. Okay, now I have to ask another question because you started to scare me off there with that last phrasing that you used
What?
about wasted time. It's one of the things that I really hope they add in Monster Hunter, which I keep talking about, which is lures. Is there a way that you can say, I just want to fight this boss?
Yes.
I want to fight them over and over again with this character so I can get better.
So
I want like, is there a way or are you at the mercy of the RNG of the run?
No, because the way that you do it is you are queuing for the specific Night Lord. So what happens is, for starters, you don't need to target specific bosses like night bosses. Those are going to be random. But you get to target the specific end boss. And if I remember correctly, most, if not all, of the Remembrance objectives that involve bosses is always the Night Lord. So it's like, I told you, you have to go kill Libra. You can just queue for Libra. And if your run is successful, you will face Libra at the end every single time. There's no RNG to that. The RNG will be on the relics.
You
that
scared me
getting.
off for a second there.
No.
You made me think like that's the one thing I don't like about some dungeon run games is that you may not get the thing you're going for.
And here's the thing, even though there's RNG relics, your remembrance quests will give you relics that will change your playstyle. So you might not even have like the best of the best relic, you'll still have a relic that's good. Like even in my Guardian currently, like I'm doing all the end game content, I'm still using like one of the relics. If there's even two, no, I'm only using one of them, but I was using two. It's just I got a slight better upgrade on one of those, but I was still using two that you are guaranteed to get. So out of the 3 things that I was using in my relic slots, 2 of them you are guaranteed to get. So even there, the RNG is somewhat limited. They've done a really good job with it, in my opinion.
I will look it up.
And the thing is, one of the things that I really like about Nightreign, despite the fact that it's a fantastic game, is like, number one, they've basically said, hey, we have all these assets. What if we just like make a new game using these assets and, we make it more affordable? So they're just like, here's a $40 game that we just made with like all of these things that we already had. And it's just like a different experience. And I thought it was really cool. And it's a really cool co-op experience. I've barely even done any solo runs, which was something that you could do because I was just like, I just don't think it's as fun when you're playing solo. Like you can do it now because they've nerfed it and made it easier, but it's just way more fun if there's 3 other players there with you and you're all like struggling. Like that feels way cooler. But the thing is, how in Elden Ring, a lot of times your boss fights are kind of like a dance. In Nightreign, a lot of times, depending on the boss that you're fighting, it's just like straight up, you're both going in and just like, kill him.
Yeah, it's like fast.
But the cool thing is like these bosses are actually made in a way that they can handle 3 players. So like when you get to the final Night Lord, if people don't know what they're doing, they don't know the tactic, because like each of them has a weakness. And they'll tell you what the weakness is. And if you don't take the element of that weakness, the fight gets much harder than what it should have been. So it kind of also tells you, I need to be hunting for these types of weapons.
It sets the tone of the journey, right?
Because
If you know that's the end goal, then you're going to build up assets to make sure you get through that wall.
So to give you an idea, like let's say a boss is weak to lightning. You can look at the map when you're landing and you can see, okay, there's a lightning camp over there. That's like a guaranteed lightning weapon. So you want to go to that
when
camp.
You're landing. Oh God, don't say landing. You give me Fortnite vibes. I don't.
I mean, you are. You're coming in on a spectral hawk,
know,
and
but
then you guys land, and then you're
I'm
running
verbally
and
sensitive.
killing stuff. No, but it's
anyway.
it is fun.
Good job. You have sold me into looking into it. If I do end up picking it up and trying it, we'll talk about it. But good job.
Okay, we need to talk. We need to talk about Monster
Hunter.
Lots of stuff to talk about Monster Hunter. And I think we start with like the breaking news from yesterday straight up, which I did not expect at all. Because what happened yesterday was I thought that the thing was starting at 3 p.m. So I schedule a stream for 2:30. And I'm just like leisurely having my coffee after lunch, just like chilling. And then I look over to my stream chat. They're like, doesn't this start in like 5 minutes? And I was like, wait, what? And so I just instantly like boot up the stream. It's like, guys, start. And then the first thing you see is Monster Hunter Stories 3. And I was like, oh my God, dude, Stories 3? Hells yeah, that is phenomenal. Like, I loved Stories 2. Both of us, I think, loved Stories 2. So it adding Stories 3, them making Stories 3, and as soon as they did, was absolutely phenomenal.
Bring back the last boss from Stories 2. Let us craft some weapons of it, please. It doesn't have to be a monster. I know, but that was such a cool boss. They fumbled it by only letting you fight it. That was a win and a fumble all at once.
They should bring that one to the mainline series.
And no Fatalis. Please keep Fatalis out of this damn game. Please. It's a joke at this point. Like, that was the worst ending boss they could have done, in my opinion.
Oh.
But I love Stories 2.
Yeah, Stories
Those
2.
were the only blemishes on a very, very good game. It's just weird. People are like, you don't recommend Stories 1? I'm like, Stories 2 literally took every single thing about Stories 1 and made it better. Like,
and
I mean, if you want to go back, like, sure.
Both of those are heavily discounted on Steam right now. At least they were. I mean, they should still be discounted.
Not a paid ad.
Yeah, not. But,
but it's very good.
I would heavily recommend 2 at the very least, because, like, playing 1 and 2 is going to be one hell of a time investment. But at the very least, definitely play through 2, because it is a fantastic game.
I'm a little concerned. That's a horrible word to use. People are going to be like, oh my God, you're so negative. I'm hyped as hell for this game. One thing I thought that was a little off-putting was the tone of the story. It feels very tailored to a, elementary school boy, like JRPG-ish. Like it, I'm like, really? I don't want. I hate human-on-human conflict, right?
Yeah,
so it's
I know.
Like, I don't need to know about 2 warring countries, and then I read the story. You couldn't really get much of, but then I read the press release and I went, and my eyes twisted in the back of my head because, like,
I haven't really seen.
If you haven't read it,
I haven't.
I'll read it here
release.
on the podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it gives a hell of a lot more info than the trailer did. But the trailer looks great. And it's going to be multi-platform, in case you guys missed it.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that is very important.
Xbox didn't get Stories 2, but it's getting Stories 3. Hell
wait, they didn't get Stories 2 on Xbox?
I could be wrong, but that's what I read on Twitter. And as the Gen Z Alpha people say, hey, it must be true if I read it on Twitter, right?
Yeah, but go ahead. Tell us.
But yeah, it is coming to Xbox.
Tell us the
and
thing.
PlayStation and PC.
You're going to read the thing?
Yeah, my eyesight's finally back. My eyes were blurry for a while there, but I've got the press release in front of me. Kogath also tweeted out.
Yeah. Sorry, I was wrong. I said I see here. I saw Microsoft, and I thought the thing on the next line was going to be Microsoft Xbox, but it's Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Microsoft Windows for Monster Hunter Stories 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they retroactively add it to Xbox because Stories 2 is just a
Yeah.
really fun game.
It is.
It really is, and I think that will stand the test of time. I don't think this game will replace that being the intro to this series.
And the
vibe is just so different.
There's even a PvP match between me and Gaijin on Stories 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it, and then we'll break it down, and I want to get your thoughts on it as
Yeah.
well. So it says, Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection tells the story of two nations on the path to ruin. This sounds like a JRPG, trust me. Amidst the growing crystal encroachment facing the lands of Azuria and Vermeil, the discovery of a mysterious egg gives cause for hope. From the shell hatches a monster long thought to be extinct, a Rathalos. Interesting. Long thought to be extinct? So this takes place millennia, I guess, after Stories 1 and 2. However, this glimmer quickly gives way to despair as a second monster emerges from the egg. The twin Rathalos share the same mark as the twin Sky-Scale Rathalos, portents of destruction that harken back to a civil war waged 200 years ago. I don't know, like, let me continue on the last sentence before we go. As the environment deteriorates and monsters face extinction, the flames of war once again begin to stir. So, do you want me to continue reading, or do you want to discuss like the paragraph?
No, go ahead. You wanted to get my opinion on what the story is sounding like? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so let me keep going then, and then we'll. I just didn't. There's things in.
So go ahead.
Three sections.
So there's things that are bothering you in this section. So tell us about them.
No, I'm just kind of curious how this So you got two kingdoms of people
who are fighting, and then 200 years later, 200
they hate each other, fighting. Yeah. 200 years ago, there was, some ominous Rathalos that marked almost the ending of it all. Somehow the kingdom survived it, and they've been at each other's throats since. 200 years, long thought extinct. If they were around 200 years ago, it's kind of hyperbole.
They're always there's always something about some extinct species in Monster Hunter, like extinct. Yeah. I see it all over the place. What are you talking about? Arkveld extinct? I see them popping up in my map all the time. Like that friggin' Arkveld and Wilds must have gone on some type of breathing frenzy because there are so many of them. He just repopulated the whole species. That one Guardian Arkveld. So it's
So I guess this Rathalos is the twin Rathalos are a bad omen, I guess.
Yeah.
If you've seen the trailer, they have this
a special
cool horn coming out of their head.
Yeah.
And one's got the left and one's got the right.
Yeah. Exactly.
They got wings that almost give almost like a T-Rex type of coloring on their wings.
I think
really
that's
cool.
The art style. I think that's just the art style of Monster Hunter Stories, which I love, by the way, which greatly evolved. But keep going with the press thing.
So in this tale, this is the most eye-raising, interesting part, I think. In this tale, players take on the role of the heir to Azuria. So you're going to be the leader of this. Yeah, or a princess, because you can play. I'm sure the second trailer will show the player as a girl because the press release actually has it's an avatar you could choose.
Okay.
They have a male and female. So, but the thing is, they're not kids. They're like adults. They're proper 20-year-old, 30-year-old looking.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
People were pointing out yesterday that in the first one you play as a kid, in the second one you play kind of as a teenager more, and on this one you're an adult.
You're an adult. Yeah. You're a young adult. So it says, in this tale, players take on the role of the heir to Azuria, blessed with special abilities leading to them becoming them to become the leader of the Rangers and the sole Rathalos rider in their kingdom. The protagonist passionately performs their duties, protecting monsters and investigating egg quartz. So I think this is what they were talking about. In the trailer, you notice the Velocidrome were all frozen.
Yeah.
And they're all gone extinct and dead. And I think there's a crystallization going on that's threatening to extinct all the monsters, basically. The eggs are not... They're just not hatching, right? They're quartz over and the monsters are dying and the lands are dying out. So it's up to the kingdom to figure out what this is.
When I saw those Velociprey, I was thinking Velcana. I thought, they got frozen. They're stuck. But no, you're saying there's a crystallization.
Yeah, they call it egg quartz. So it seems like some very nasty phenomenon that's threatening the world. Everything's quartzing over and becoming hard crystals. So I do find it funny, though. If the protagonist is the sole Rathalos rider, Does that mean you ride both of the Rathalos, or did somebody get the other one, or does the other one run off and ends up becoming the antagonist,
I
like
would
real
expect,
JRPG style?
yeah, I would expect there's going to be like a rival of some kind that's going to be on the other Rathalos. I mean, they say that there's two
Yeah.
kingdoms, so your kingdom gets one.
Oh no,
the
okay,
other
so we'll get on. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, but it's not that.
Okay.
So it says, however, a life-changing event soon drives them to investigate the strange phenomena threatening the world. In their search for the truth, they set out for the forbidden land beyond the northern meridian. Okay, so we've established the player is going to be royalty, is the sole rider of the cool-ass Rathalos, which is, I think they're still calling Ratha. I think that's
Yes,
kind of like a troop now they're
that's
going
the
with.
third Ratha,
Which is cool.
So the first
Yep.
one had a Ratha.
It's tradition.
The second one had a different Ratha, and this one
Yep.
has yet another different Ratha.
I
Wrath
like
of the
it. You know
Rathalos.
what?
I saw a meme
Tradition.
yesterday.
I like it.
Which was an Uno meme, and it said, "Name the Rathalos in Monster Hunter Stories anything other than Ratha, or draw 25." And it's a picture of a guy with just like a load of cards in his hand.
I love that meme. Now, before I go to the final paragraph here, which will set up the second kingdom, which I thought was interesting, I'll just point out that I'm a little afraid if the eggs are quartzing over and they're not hatching anymore, will we not get waifu like Minoto and Hinoa anymore? Do they come from eggs? We now have established that twins can be born out of an egg.
Eggs, yes.
Twins. We've got twins now confirmed, coming from eggs of the same gender. Come on now.
And Noah
Those
and Minoto,
girls-
both from the same egg. Yeah,
Yep.
sure, makes perfect sense. Yep.
They're from the same. They're woven from the same cloth, or raised from the same egg,
Yeah.
broken from the same egg. Okay. Anyways, I have to make a joke about the egg thing. So then we get to the other paragraph, which says the hero is joined in their quest by Eleanor, Princess of Vermeil, troubled by which is the other warring
protagonist?
country that they're
Oh,
not.
no, okay.
The warring states. Like you're the upcoming prince or princess of one, and then she's the princess of the other. She's like in the
Okay.
what do you call it? Not antagonist, but they're the opposing kingdom
The opposing
of
faction.
Vermeil.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna. It's kind of. I think this is gonna be like Sins of the Father. Like it's gonna be like the two upcoming ones are gonna find the peace and to break the war that their parents started and won't stop. And it's the power of friendship that saves the world, because that's how Japanese RPGs have to be, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, they're joined by their quest by Eleanor, who's the Princess of Vermeil. Troubled by the worsening situation, she offers herself as a hostage to Azuria in hopes of easing tensions between the two nations.
Damn.
Moved by, yeah, I know, right? She's hostage to us.
Yeah,
And she
but
looks pretty
she,
cool.
but she made
she's the
herself
red-suited-
a hostage. That's
Yeah,
the,
she says, "I give myself up,"
yeah.
which makes me think her leader must be an ass, because I mean, she's like volunteering, like I'm going over there, like we
Yeah.
are going
I'm
to
gonna
help you.
defect.
We're going to do it together.
I'm gonna defect.
Yes. Moved by the efforts of the Rangers, which we are the leader of. We are the leader of the Rangers.
Yeah.
So moved by the efforts of the Rangers, Eleanor and her cherished Monstie, Anjanath. I'm a little sad they didn't call it Angie, but maybe there is a nickname. I think this is just a press release.
And no, it's Anja.
Her monster,
It's
Anjanath.
Ratha and Anja.
Anja. Oh, it's good. Anja comes along for the ride, seeking to uncover the true intentions of her sister, the Queen of Vermeil. Uh-oh, so her sister's being set up as the antagonist here.
Okay. She probably has the
Because it
other
says uncover the
Rathalos in
true
chains.
intentions. Yeah. Yeah, and she's planning something
Yeah.
evil, and yeah. Bound together by the encroaching shadow of calamity, they step into the torrent of fate and venture into forbidden ground.
It sounds great.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more not deep, but it's a lot more mature-y.
One of the-
dare I say, than it's the like one was literally just kids like, I want to be a writer, I want to become a guild receptionist, ha ha ha, and then they find themselves wrapped up in the something that horribly kills one of the poor boy's mother, the Black Mist. That was stories 1. Stories 2 was innocent enough, I guess, like the an ominous Rathalos or whatever, and it's the same, something's coming up. But this one feels like almost like a Fire Emblem story being set up.
Yeah,
We got like
that's
kingdoms,
literally
we've got like characters.
The vibe that I got when they were showing the game, I was like, man, this almost looks like Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, exactly. which is just
even the art style is
interesting.
somewhat similar to that has been used in Fire Emblem, and the characters and the king.
I
The one
know.
thing that I thought was strange though, and this kind of like breaks Monster Hunter lore a little bit, is in the trailer. It could also just be clever editing, but it almost seemed like some of those archers were firing arrows from one kingdom to the other, and they were using hunter bows.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, those aren't meant to be used against people. Like, we've learned this. You can't do that. You're breaking the rules. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm posting you some pictures of the renders of the characters. Eleanor looks cool. I like her design.
Of course you would.
Hairstyle's unique. I know, right? But I gotta say though, the protagonist, the player character, is ugly as hell. Both the
protagonist is
the
ugly?
male and the female. They're not attractive at all.
Okay.
I think they look like dorks. They look like cosplayers. I don't know. They need to spicing up their
No, wait a
customization
minute.
for these.
He's got green eyes, just like me. That's perfect. They made it. They were thinking about me. And look, Eleanor has green eyes too. All of them have green
But don't they-
eyes.
Can you imagine? I should make a fake box art. You put this on and you call it Fire Emblems, blah 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 of Rathalos. Like you would totally look like a Fire Emblem game, doesn't it? Which is great. I love Fire Emblem, by the way.
The thing on this is called Twisted Reflection. Fire Emblem Twisted Reflections.
Twisted Reflection, yeah. But Magnamalo is back, and ego farming in the aura farming. Sorry, not ego farming. That's
Yeah, I
how
was
much
like,
I've been
eagle
playing Limbus
farming?
Company.
That's
I'm calling,
crazy.
Yeah, that's Limbus. Yeah. Aura farming in the trailer looking bad.
Rachna Kadaki was on there as well, I think. She's the spider run. At least I think that was Rachna Kadaki. I haven't taken like an actual, I need to analyze this trailer to the nth degree. I haven't done that. But
Interesting enough, the renders for us riding our Wrath shows the one that has the horn on screen left, so the Rathalos' right side.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be the left side one that is still questionable what's going on
because we're always right. It's that simple. We're always right because we're the protagonists, and therefore whatever we do was the correct decision to do. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
That's why we have the right horn. Ha-ha, got him.
Oh gosh.
So bad. Yeah, but like one of the things that I really liked to see was the official Monster Hunter account tweeted it, and it said, "Deep narrative with morally gray characters." I'm like, yes! We're going to learn more about the guild, the shady side of the guild, Gaijin. It's happening.
No.
Yes.
No. If they do it in stories, no, because stories is its own universe. So if that happens in stories and people say, "See, I told you it's not part of the regular Monster Hunter," and I want that in the mainline series. Okay. I don't want that.
Fine.
But I don't like people on people violence. I don't know why they're doing that, but I guess there's no way to avoid it because the same thing kind of happened in and also I guess stories 1 and 2 also had it because the monsters are not your enemy. Yeah. They're literally your best friends. And it either has to be something that is controlling or altering them or someone trying to exploit it to their advantage. So I suppose it's going to be the same thing this time.
Which is likely what the queen from the other country is doing. She has the Rathalos with the left horn. Like, she's been experimenting on him and bumping him full of, I don't know, friggin' frenzy virus or whatever. And he's just like going ballistic. Yeah, something like that.
But I'm hyper looking forward to whatever they might show around Tokyo Game Show, because if they have a second trailer, I want to see who our Wyverian this time is going to be. Enno was awesome. I love her. I would die for her. Absolutely. I want to know also if Naviru, I want to know if he's back.
People were celebrating his death on Twitter. I was like, whoa, uncalled for.
Mean, I don't think he'd be alive, because if they're saying that Rathalos was long thought to be extinct, then this places it well out of the time frame of stories 1 and 2, which is good because it gives them more freedom to tell an original story, right? But it also means maybe they felt that maybe they'll have a different new mascot this time. You got to have a mascot character if it's a JRPG.
Yeah, there's always going to be a mascot in these games.
We need a really cute or hot Wyverian and human character. The kakui, like husbando, I'm the seasoned hunter. I'm going to show you how it's done. We got to have all the troops come in. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I'm just
But it's just weird. I just didn't know what to say when I first saw it because I'm like, it's Fire Emblem.
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of that's it's cool, but it's like it's when you bite into like an ice cream cone expecting a certain flavor and it's different, and it's not that it's bad. It's not that it's good. It's just wow, that's different. Okay,
You thought you're getting
intriguing.
like
is the
listen,
right.
you thought you're getting chocolate fudge, but then you get salted caramel instead, and you're like, that's an upgrade.
Yeah, like
There you go.
okay. That's my initial reaction is like, huh? But then I'm like, oh, okay. I like that because it's uncharted territory at this point. Then that's good.
I think it's going to be phenomenal. And I think
Morally gray Monster Hunter. Wow.
it's I think it's going to be cool because this is going to be like the in between game. So like between the base
Ichinose
wilds,
San's next game.
yeah, base wilds and whatever expansion we're going to be getting for it. So I think it'll be a good time. I hope they nailed the performance on this one. Because Jesus Christ, I cannot go through another cycle of like having to always talk about because the performance of
that's
Wilds.
what's like. Stories 2 was great.
Stories 2 was fine. So I just
It
hope that
was phenomenal.
because
from the whole
they're saying that they're going to expand the way that this one's going to be. It's going to be a bigger world, supposedly. I forget exactly.
Oh no! We don't want a bigger world. And we
no, but that
just you know
that's
what the
what
red
they
flags
say.
are. If they start talking about dynamic AI and characters that have extensive routines, like no, don't do that. You've 2 strikes out.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Dragon's Dogma 2 tried it, and your engine just does not handle it. I'm sorry. The computing logic on Monster Hunter Wilds, it just does not handle it. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. I don't think they will. I don't know who's developing it, but I got to imagine that it's going to be the company that developed Stories 2, because that's not internal Capcom.
I could
They
swear
actually
that
work with an external developer.
I saw somewhere that they said that it was going to be a bigger world. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's in the same post that I was reading. A larger world to explore. So like Monster Hunter Stories 2 was
Larger,
zone.
like
Yeah, but Monster Hunter 2 was
I just want more zones. I don't want.
Yeah, but it was zone based. But if they try to do it interconnected like Wilds, that's when I'm like,
don't need it.
I mean, I'd love to see it, but only if it doesn't impact performance. Like, yeah, you're just
I don't want to see
you're
it.
on such a doomer mode. You're like, I don't even want to see it. Just give me zones.
No. It's also because these types of games are like they're element based, right? Like I'm going in for fire monsters. I'm going in to look for eggs for this monster, right? And it's like so you're going to the
fire zone,
the snow zone, right?
Yeah, the fire
I don't
zone.
need it connected to another zone because that's another mindset. That's another play session. I don't need that.
Not to mention
Don't give me better performance.
Not to mention that in Wilds, even though you have the interconnectivity, they don't really.
It's
do
only there
much,
for that cutscene, yeah.
They don't really do much with it. Like I love
It
the
was
fact
very
that
cool
it's
for the
there.
cutscene.
I love the fact that
But
it's there,
yeah,
but
they
it
don't-
seems like the technical debt that we've accrued from that is causing a lot of people to have issues with the game.
Not worth it.
It was not really worth it. But
Yeah, can
yeah.
you imagine if there was a way to trigger it so that you would have like a Ray Dow like barrage into the forest and then cause like some crazy stuff to happen? That would be awesome.
I mean, like that was
that's PlayStation 7.
That was my idea. Like, I think I talked about this on Christmas of 2023, where I was talking about like the multi-stage hunt, which would be amazing for you to you hunt this monster.
They would be at a mass disadvantage.
Then it gets hurt, and then it runs to another zone. And in Wilds, that would have been so perfect because, like, I was fighting this Rathian here, but then it ran all the way over to friggin' Scarlet Forest.
Poor Ulthduna like has to run away, but finds
he runs into the desert,
the fire zone. Yeah, in the fire zone
either
or whatever,
oil
right
basin
next door.
or the desert.
Yeah, and going like,
why is it so hot in here?
Yeah, well, that would actually open the door for the G rank or Master rank to come and give us a lava version where you have a belly flopping Ulthduna in the lava. That would be pretty sweet.
Christ. But don't
do it.
That does take us right into one of the topics that I have here, which is performance. They still haven't figured it out, Gaijin. What are we gonna do? What can we do?
It's sad because like I
just want to be able
survivor's guilt.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to be able to talk
because
about the game,
works
right, without having to bring up performance every time.
It plays really good on my machine.
Yes,
it plays really good on my machine. But then again, it had better because I spent $5,000 on my machine. Yes, because PC parts are expensive in
PC parts are
Japan.
expensive in Japan.
But like, no one should be expected to have a beefy PC, and even then, it does not run nearly as well as it should.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah, that
but the thing is, it runs well for me, and so I hate that because I can't. I feel like I can't talk about the game much because people are not having the same experience, obviously.
oh yeah,
And
like
that sucks.
every video I make.
And you can't say, well, just go buy a PlayStation, man. That's the
Yeah.
affordable solution. Yes, I'm sure it's fell tune, but you know what? A PlayStation is like $1,000 damn right now.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. It's not that you can go out to $399 and get yourself a PlayStation. It's not like that anymore. So it's not even that. There's not even a cheap option now to enjoy the latest Monster Hunter, and that's not good.
And it's just really
I'm
hard.
I'm all for high end, but like, ugh.
It's
Sorry,
just
the
really,
lag is
yeah,
real
it's
today.
Fine. It's just really hard to even like make videos about it, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this other thing, but if I don't talk about performance, that's going to be literally everything that I find in the comment section. So like, it's such a hard position that we're put in, and I just really hope that they can figure it out because, again, I still think that it's important for RE Engine to hopefully get their crap together because ultimately, I don't want a world that is dominated by UE5, which it seems like is what a lot of
I know
people
you.
are
I know you're not a
capitulating
UE5 fan, so
I'm-
but
I'm-
I think you would take it over RE if you had the choice right
to.
now.
No,
No,
I would
no, they're
not.
both having the same
'Cause,
amount
like-
of issues.
because like here's the thing, and people are not going to believe me. I have less problems with RE Engine than I do with Unreal Engine, and
Oh, really?
for my personal taste, I like the look and feel of RE Engine more than I do
More.
the look and feel of UE. Because like a lot of times you look at a UE game and they almost like there's something about the way that engine renders that it's just like I can look at a game and be like, that's UE5. I just instantly that's UE5. Whereas like for instance,
Well,
you
yeah, I
look
mean
at-
it's got, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's kind of like the AI art thing where you know
Yeah.
it's a tool, so it's got similar techniques. So like when you look at it, you go, okay, I think that was generated by Dolly or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
even Clear Obscure, which is insanely artistic and gorgeous, you could still tell it's like, okay, that's
Yep.
a signature rock texture from Unreal. It looks really
Unreal.
great.
Yep.
And if you have an NVIDIA card and God bless the right Intel processor, it probably looks and runs great. But any other configuration, you're screwed. Like,
Yeah, like to give you an idea,
Ugh.
the other game that I've been playing this week, Wu Chang, that one also got
Yeah.
slammed on Steam, and guess why?
Unreal 5.
Unreal Engine 5, those performance, and again, it runs. I can get it to run fine, but it still has that signature Unreal look. And
Remnant
again,
2 was the first time I ran into the Unreal Engine 5 issues. Like
Yep.
I constantly had issues with that. But lately, I guess with like Clear Obscure and a few other games, it seems to have been ironed out for the higher end NVIDIA cards, at least for me. I've been lucky so far. But yeah, they need to fix the performance issues
Yeah,
as
but-
well.
But basically, yeah, I'm hoping that Capcom can get it together, and also because I just like Monster Hunter Wilds. Like I've seen that there's a lot of criticism, and I had a lot of criticism myself, particularly with the difficulty and all of that. But like they've really sorted out the difficulty with the updates. At least for me, like I'm good on difficulty right now. I want more monsters to get to that level of difficulty, but other than that, like we have like a healthy roster of challenging monsters right now. I feel.
Yeah. I'm really curious now, like, what engine did Stories 2 run on?
I'm pretty sure it was
I'm
RE
thinking
Engine.
that it was it MT, or did they
No,
make
it
the
was
jump to
it was
RE?
RE
'Cause-
Engine. Like all of their games have been running on RE Engine. Like I'm pretty sure. Like I'll Google it up, and I'm sure I'll get like some random AI thing. Monster Hunter Stories.
Oh my god, the Google like Gemini
Yeah,
AI is
Google
like
Gemini
the
AI
most
just-
inaccurate crap you've ever seen. It's like, oh my god, bro, just shut up.
Engine. It is. Oh no, they say empty framework.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. It's
No, but it's not.
just need
It's
to
not
boot
an
it and
AI reply. This is. Where did they
yeah,
get?
I don't know.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
But anyways, I will say Stories 2 ran well, so I have a lot of hope that it will run really well on, as long as they're not trying to do like a town with many NPCs that remember their relationship with each other and how they. No, I don't want that. Don't. No, 2 strikes, man. Do not do strike 3. Please, God, don't. Make it an arena game for all I care. Like,
Oh yeah, it
Jesus.
says here, it says here that it's confirmed in the box art of the game, even. But this is a
VRE?
Wikipedia. Yeah, it's a no empty framework. This is a Wikipedia article.
MT? Yeah, it might have been the last great MT game, huh?
I almost kind of want to
Maybe.
go get the box because I do have the box over there. I could see they say that it's in the box.
No, well, we don't
We're
need
not
to,
gonna
but
do.
I
Yeah, we
mean,
don't need to. But yeah, it seems that it might be empty framework actually.
what Monstie do you want the most? I haven't even thought about this yet for
I
the
mean,
game, but which Monstie do you want?
it's always going to be Basel. Basil's my monstie. You know it. It's just, I just want Basel, but I don't know. If
You know
they'll
who I
bring
want
him
for this.
this
All they got to do is show one monster, and I'm sure it's going to be included, and I'll be happy. It's got to be Chemitrice this time, man. That's
I
going to be
was
my
I
boy.
was thinking if it was going to be Chemitrice because you might have been thinking about something else.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool for us. I really want to see another appearance of a Talca. We've never seen a Talca since GU.
Oh, yeah.
Talca would be awesome, but yeah, I don't know.
Was Abyssal Laggy ever added to Monster Hunter Stories 2? I don't think so.
Abyssal.
That would be a cool monster. But then again, taking that thing out of the water would be weird. But I would still like it. We got Bloodbath, which was awesome. That was a DLC monster that they added in a free update.
Yeah, I remember I fought
I'm
your.
just excited.
I fought your Monoblos when we were
Yeah,
fighting.
Monoblos is awesome. My white Monoblos. Oh my god.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm excited.
have
What do you most want to see from this game, though?
From
Besides,
what?
obviously, I think you're intrigued by the more mature and grittier story premise.
Yeah,
But from a gameplay mechanics standpoint, is there something that you're hoping to see, or are you just happy and just like show me what you
I'd
tell me?
like to see some. I feel like Claire Obscure has really brought in some of those active mechanics that you do in a turn-based game, but I don't want to
Yeah.
see it quite as active as it's in Claire Obscure. But I want to see something like that in the combat, like an active
Yeah,
element
that's
of
a good point.
some kind, but not something that's like, okay, here comes like a 10 combo, get ready to parry your dodge. It's like, no, I don't. I don't want that. It's still a turn-based game, but I would like
Yeah,
the
but-
occasional additional button press.
Yeah,
that could do
evade
something
or
cool.
guard just to take reduced
Yeah.
damage or something.
Yeah, I
They're
think
adding
would
that
be
actually
cool.
to the new Atelier game coming out in September. They have a really quick little prompt that you could see it if you just catch it, just like Claire Obscure, just to do a guard, so you could take a reduct damage. But it won't be like the Crux, like where Claire is like you learn it or you die. Like that is the way of the game,
Yeah.
and it was awesome. But yeah, I think it's going to create a new wave of interesting interactive turn-based combat for the industry.
Yep.
They forgot how cool that stuff was after Lost Odyssey did it and flexed it. No one touched it after, and Claire mastered it.
Which Lost Odyssey is another game that's kind of like lost the time. It's only on Xbox, right? On Xbox 360, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it never got a update patch for series at all.
Oh wow!
So
it didn't.
it's I mean it plays. I mean their back compat is amazing.
Yeah.
So you can just pop it in and play it, but it doesn't benefit at all.
Mm.
It still feels old, but God, that game was good.
But so I wanted to ask you: have you been doing any of the 8.5s on Wilds?
Oh yeah. We've been doing. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times we did our challenge quest actually just yesterday or the day before when it just came out, right?
Uf Duna.
As of this recording, yeah, Uth Duna, our little belly flopper, which we love. Uth Duna is great, even though it can be a real pain in the freaking ass when it's when you get the downpour going on and you go to the second area and the waves just keep tripping your ass, no matter how well you
Mirewalker.
guard, like the little wave. Oh man,
Get the Mirewalker
What?
deco. Problem solved.
oh I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
The waves still hit you, but they don't drag you anymore. So like you can block or dodge them or something, and then you're good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I wish I knew that. But yeah, I'm going to make a joke again. I think I already talked about this, but the worst localization downgrade that they have to fix is that Yuna got an S rank in the challenge quest.
And you got an A
I got
rank.
an A rank.
Oh, so Yuna's better than you, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. We both were on the same hunt. She got the S. I got the A. I mean, come on. Who wants to get an A? Who wants a C rating? That's like telling you, you didn't cart 3 times.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
I want an S. S translates well to the West.
I don't.
We
Yeah,
get it.
I don't
I want that
understand why they
dopamine,
did
man. Give
that.
me like rainbow coloring. Show me like, give me fireworks and all the dopamine thing. Throw slices of cheese at me. I don't know. Like, I got an S rank, but we got it. Yeah, it was 12 minutes. I think we got it in, but that was a fun fight. I adore it. I thought the monster was done really well. I love how scripted the fight is. I'm really excited to. I'm sorry, actually, you asked me about 8.5s, and I'm talking
Yeah,
about an
eight
8.3 right now.
fives.
I'm really, really interested in fighting the 8.5 of Ultuna because the 8.5 for Ray Dao we enjoyed quite a bit, even though it's not my favorite monster in the game by any means.
So you haven't
I
fought
thought it
eight
was a
five
very
with
fun
Duna
hunt.
yet?
It doesn't exist in the game yet.
Yes, it does.
Since when?
For a while now. All the Apexes
Uh,
have
I-
eight fives.
I've been looking for that old Duna since it came out, and I've
See-
spent at least 300 points
And this,
on
Resting?
resting over and
Yeah.
over. Well, not more than 300, like 3,000, whatever. I've never seen it. I assume that it's not in the game yet.
yeah, see, that's the thing. And this is why I keep telling
the
that Capcom
frick?
needs to come up with a better
God
system.
damn it,
Like I said,
nerds.
listen, we need to go do that festival that you do with the Wudwuds. And we need to go in there and be like, okay, give me all the 8.5s. And the Wudwuds go like, oh,
Wait,
they do like some taunting
you
dance.
serious?
They do a little prance. And then all of the 8.5s come out for all the zones. Like, they need to do something like that. Yes, I'm serious.
Wait, you're
All of
serious?
All of the Apexes
we
have
kept
8.5s
farming
right now.
the goddamn event quest over and over again because we never saw it pop up in the game, and I
Yes.
still haven't seen it pop up. And I've put in at least 30 hours
I mean, but
playing
the
this
Arc
thing,
Tempered
and I've never seen it.
Arc tempered version is much harder than the 8.5. It's the
Arc-
same thing as Raidao. The arc tempered version of Raidao is also much harder than the 8.5 Raidao.
Do we have a arc tempered 5
No.
yet, or no?
There's no arc tempered 5s. All of the arc tempereds are 3s.
Aw.
But yeah, but it's like you have other 8.5s. Like I still
Oh,
think
okay. Never mind. Sorry. I was getting upset, but now you're right. I've fought lots of tempered 8.5s
okay.
of those monsters, but I in my mind I was thinking you were telling me that there was a 5 version of the arc tempered,
No,
which is what I want because the arc tempered is super fun. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we've
yeah.
been spamming the event quest over and over again.
Yeah, there's
and
no
just playing
there's no
it for fun.
5-star. There's no 5-star.
Okay, you
version
almost gave me a
of the
heart
arc
attack
tempereds.
there.
No.
God.
I was talking
Everybody stop writing comments like Gaijin, shut up, you idiot. I misunderstood.
No, but
But we do need a better system.
I've been doing a lot of the 8.5s, and I think that's when we got to a really good point in difficulty because not everybody has to do them. You don't have. I just want a reliable way that I can do them. And there's also another important thing that is happening.
I just want a choice.
Yeah, because apparently
show me that the monster's there, and when I go to make a quest, say, would you like it at 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5? Just give me a damn choice, and let me save it at whatever difficulty I want.
And apparently what's been happening is people were looking into this a while back, and it seems like your chances of getting 5 strength monsters as well as tempered monsters are tied to your hunter rank. So what that means is the more you play, the less access you're going to have to non-tempered monsters. So, for instance, Jacob wanted to go farm non-tempered Lagi for parts and non-tempered Steve for parts, and he can't do it.
And actually, you know what? There is one technical problem I have with Monster Hunter Wilds, despite my system running the game really well, which is when people say, well, you could just go online and SOS and go do it. Nope. Every
No.
time I try to get into a room,
No.
9 out of 10, boop, error.
yeah,
In my assumption,
Network
there's
is
billions of
crazy.
people playing it, and then they're just sniping these rooms before you can get them.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe it's not. I don't know what it is.
Listen, I was going through in my stream and I was trying, okay, let me see if I can do an SOS to go do this thing because I was trying to get an 8.5, I forget which one it was probably 8.5 Laggy or 8.5 Steve or something like that. And I was trying to get one of those and it wouldn't spawn for me because apparently my hunter rank is not high enough to guarantee the 5s or whatever because I never focused
You know
on
what they need to
grinding
do?
hunter rank. But
They need a duty finder. We should be able to queue in and say, I want to fight an 8.5 this
You mean
monster, and
matchmaking.
you just duty finder it.
you mean match?
Yeah, just matchmaking. Yeah. Duty finder.
So
Throw me in.
But what would happen was I was going through and I'd be like, okay, give me tempered Lagi quests, and then I would cycle through one or two, so I would like tap twice to the right, and chat would tell me, "No, that's too slow. You're never gonna get in like that."
Like,
I literally tapped twice to the right
Spam.
and hit X. How's that too slow?
Yeah, you can't go to page 2.
Yeah,
No way.
it's too much. So apparently you can get in sometimes. I was able to get into one or two of those or whatever, but it's like most of the time stuff gets insta-filled like super fast. So they need to figure out some better way of doing their lobby system. Like the only way that I've been able to reliably do multiplayer requests is I'll just host my own lobby. Like and even that is somewhat awkward because what I'll do is I'll go and I'll create a squad lobby because I don't want to go to like a public lobby and just, we're taking over. So it's like I'll create a squad lobby and then 10 people will join and then we all get kicked. And then it gets upgraded to 20 people. Then we join and then 20 people will join and we all get kicked again. It's like such a strange system. They need to work on that a little bit. But, you know.
You see they're moving up the endgame content.
Yes,
they're moving it up to just 2 weeks or something from now or something like that.
That is like
mid-August.
A major thing that I did not see coming. I would not have expected it. Yes, they're moving it up to August 13th. And this is stuff that was planned to the end of September. I actually made a video on this today. By the time this podcast goes up, the video should have gone live. But the only thing this tells me is that they have like a ton of content in the backlog already, because otherwise they wouldn't be pushing it forward, right? Because they're taking content away from the September update. That means they already have something for the September update that is meaningful enough.
I could be negative because I gotta say, just play devil's advocate, even though who knows, but maybe they're doing it because they're seeing a big drop in active users. Maybe they think that the people who are around now want in-game content, and waiting longer for it is not a smart move. Once you get into holidays, people are going to get distracted. There's going to be a lot of big games coming out. Getting it out now is a smart move. It's a good move.
IGN said the same thing. They made an article where they basically said that, and then on the final.
Don't tell me. Hey guys, you got the same opinion as IGN. Is that a diss or like?
No, don't worry. It gets worse.
Unless it was Casey. Casey's awesome.
Listen,
their resident Monster Hunter is awesome. So
on the final paragraph of that article, they go on to say, "Is Monster Hunter going to recover or become one of the more disappointing entries in the Monster?" I was like, "What the what?" I'm like, that. Okay, that's wild. Like, one of the more disappointing Monster Hunter experiences? Monster Hunter Wilds? Like, are we talking about the same game? Like, I get it with the performance stuff, but yeah.
Have you seen the headlines in the last few days? It's been like absolute. I was gonna say it's just wild to me, but then I just realized that would be a dad joke, and now saying it out loud makes it even more of a dad joke.
Yes,
but it was totally unintentional. But I thought it was wild. Like, there's these articles in the last 48 hours saying that Capcom's stock takes a hit because they announced that Monster Hunter Wilds is not. Well, depends on what you mean by performance. Yeah. I might agree with you, but. You know, they say that the sales are under their expectations. I'm like, oh yes, their best selling game, their fastest selling game of all time, 10 million plus. Not quite up to our expectations. I mean, yeah,
I think that
the sales have stagnated, but like,
I think that's the word soft sales was mentioned in that report or something about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I think that people just took that and they ran with it, and it's like, yeah, soft sales for the period.
Was it their own report or was it somebody else?
I think it was their own report, and I don't know.
Yeah, because it was Bloomberg, I would be like, yeah, I don't know, man, because they're really shady with their wording. They like to antagonize, but like, it seemed like it came from Capcom's own mouth, and I'm just like, really? Jesus Christ!
Soft
How
sales?
can you sell 10 million copies and you're like, yeah, well, that was the first quarter. We need double digits on the second. I'm like, bro, take your greed and put it in check. You know what they're doing now? You see the price of the damn soundtrack for Monster Hunter Wilds? Holy crap.
Dude!
Go off.
I just slammed them. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Like, listen, it's a phenomenal soundtrack. I love it. I think it's fantastic. But like, bro,
quick tip for those who haven't done it.
€73?
Turn down sound effects and master to 8. Take BGM, bring it to 10. You'll thank me later. The soundtrack is too soft in the mix. If you raise it up over everything else, the game's much better. The soundtrack's great.
Yeah, no,
But
the
yeah, $80
soundtrack is
or
great.
was it like 80 euros or
Se-
something?
No, it's
It's insane.
73 euros and $75, which is just like, bro, you
That's
crazy.
that's what we call tone deaf, right? That's just
Yeah, that's a terrible. Like, I have no idea who
I don't care
thought
if it's
that was a good
7
idea.
discs or whatever.
It's more
that's
than the
just,
game,
no.
dude. It's more than the game. How are you going to sell
Yeah.
the soundtrack for more than the game? The game's at
And
$69.99 right now.
You know what's most sad? It's just a really weird time for Monster because I'm like you said, I'm really enjoying the game.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it all the time because I've got other games, but
But
it's
the-
hard
but
to
the
talk
thing-
about because there's so many weird things that are just dragging it down. Like we were in Shibuya the other day, and we stopped by the Capcom shop because they have the official shop there in downtown Tokyo. And we walked in there, and you would swear to God, Stories 2 and Rise or Sunbreak just released. Because that's the only product that they have in any store, because they never made anything for Wilds. Everything that they've announced, like any plushes, anything, they're all coming on 2026, 10 months from now or whatever. They literally have nothing for Wilds. You wouldn't even know the game was out. It's all just Sunbreak and rehashed Stories 2 stuff from their cafe. They literally just are giving up in product. It's like their products department just got fired or something. I'm like, do you guys do you not like money? What are you doing? There's like nothing, no product to enjoy the game.
That is so weird.
So I used to say, hey, it's nice being in Japan because I can have all the Monster Hunter products. Not anymore because they're not making any. There's literally nothing. I can't express my fandom at all with Wilds because
they're not even
nothing.
selling that plushie.
They have some plushies they announced, but they're all coming out 8 months from now.
I mean the one that Ryozu had in his belt on the thing, the not Yaku,
check right now.
the Kutku plushie from Gemma. No way, dude! They're not selling that one. I have 2 of them. That's the worst. I have 2 of those. I have more Monster Hunter Wilds merch than Gaijin.
I mean, I wanted to buy some merch. They ain't nothing.
I need this.
Nothing.
I need
It's
to
just all
send you.
Sunbreak.
I'll send you the one that I have, the Kutku plushie that I have, so that you and Yuna can enjoy it. I'll send it to
Maybe it went on sale and they just didn't have a lot of them. I don't know. Hang on a second, because you're not talking about the deformed Kutku.
What do you mean deformed?
That's not the. They have a weird deformed one, but that's not coming out until November. They announced that months ago.
I think that's the one. It's the one that's on Gemma's side.
No. Yeah, not that one. Even Chemistries, they announced a few months ago. It's not coming out to mid-November. Come on, man. When you're a fan, you want to buy the goods when you're in the, when it's out. You want to enjoy it, but nothing.
Yeah, but it is that thing that you're saying. It's strange because it's a really. You're playing the game, you're enjoying the game, but it feels like the overall community sentiment is just so incredibly negative. And a big portion of that is absolutely the performance.
Justified, yeah.
It's the performance issues, yes.
People
absolutely.
just can't play and enjoy the game, yeah.
But
I mean, look at this. Ray Dow, they announced in February, I think, the dollar March. It's not coming out until mid-October. So I was going to pre-order one of these, and I said, you know what? No, I'll just go to Tokyo Game Show because I'll sell it there. They always have they always sell stuff a little bit early if you're at Tokyo Game Show. But I'm there's no plushes. There's nothing you can buy right now.
Interesting.
I'm looking on their store. I don't see any. Here's the Yankoku. Oh no, it's on reservation. It doesn't come out until September 25th. The one on Gemma's side pack.
Yep.
It's not out. Yes, let's release it half a year after the game is out. A smart move. And it cost $40. $40.
Jesus.
Oof.
That is,
and it's gonna.
That is expensive.
Yeah, stupid, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
But that's a complaint with almost all game companies these days now in Japan. No one seems to be wanting to make product.
Yeah.
And if they make it, it's for pre-order only.
We're moving towards a digital future. It's the same thing with the Switch 2. They're just selling you those game key cartridges that nobody wants rather than selling you an actual
We'll
product.
never buy one. Even though I'm part of the problem, I buy all my games digital. I buy all my magazines digital. I just bought the art book of Atelier Yumiya digital. I like my stuff digital. but I will never buy a game card that is just a digital unlock code. That's spitting in my face at that
it's
point.
so
That's
dumb,
ridiculous.
dude. It's just so dumb. Because,
Nope.
like, you know, like
Nope.
10, 20 years from now, those servers go down and now you have a worthless piece of plastic in your hands. Congratulations. It's like,
I mean, at that point, I mean, what do they want to do? Just like, I mean, is that this is the, like, has to be the last, the sign of the end, right? Because, like, think about
the
it, like,
last
the whole
push for
digital sale
physical media,
takeover.
yeah.
Yeah, because, like, they're trying to help out physical stores, which suck. I don't like going to physical stores anymore for anything because, one, they're stocked horribly. It's all self-cashier, almost no workers because they're all just fired or replaced by computers. The workers don't know their stock or what's going on anymore. They're not passionate. They don't even know what's in the store. And the products are always sold out because they don't buy much. So it's like I go to a store and I always come back home and buy it off Amazon. Or I buy it on Amazon while I'm in the store, is what I often end up doing, which is stupid if you think about it. And I always say, why did I even bother leaving my house? What a dystopian idea,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it's just like, ugh.
Talk
But
about
that's
this.
what we're going. But it's like,
Talk about
yeah,
dystopian.
physical media. Like,
I have to mention this. You just reminded me of something. It's completely off topic, but I have to mention it. It's like, did you see yesterday's Nintendo Direct?
yes.
Did you see the chill by the
I mean,
fire
honestly,
game?
we just
Yeah.
talked about Stories 3, bro.
I'm dumb. But like, did you see the chill by the fire game?
Oh my god.
That is
yeah,
the most
I mean,
dystopian
if you told
thing I've
me,
seen in my. It's like, oh yes,
if you told me that
a
was
virtual
like the first,
bonfire
like,
with your friends. Like, do this in real life. What the fuck do
and
you
they got the
mean?
camera. They got it almost looks like a meme. They got like the pictures of like the people like really lazily
my
pasted over like it looks like it's a demo for like the first ever VR experience on on Raspberry Pi. I'm like, are you joking me?
I was
Who
just
the
like,
hell? It's yeah.
I was just like, bro, are we living
like-
in a pod already? Is that what we're doing? We're living in a pod. It's pod world now, and it's like,
I mean, in that case, Discord is like a billion times more interactive than a video game
oh
because
my
I can
God.
actually see you and we're talking.
It was just so weird that thing, but yeah. So where were? Oh yeah, the update. So here's what's coming with that update.
Wait,
the
you
endgame
can. I was
update.
just saying, you can go out. We're gonna have a game called Touch Grass one of these days, where you go out and you could touch all these different types of grass. You can go to Norway and touch the crispy morning grass. You can go to Japan and the humid grass. You can go in the fall for the yellow grass, and I bet you it's gonna happen.
It probably will.
Touch grass.
Dystopian. But
and when you go to touch it, you'll get a little pop up, for an ad, and then you can pay to get that out. Black Mirror is going to end up being like the prophetic series.
get a little vase with this type of grass that you just touched.
And then when you go home, even though it was all offline or whatever, like then you'll get ads and video recommendations for grass.
For grass.
And, it's like, wait a second, I didn't even tell you that no, we're tracking you. We know.
Nah, we know. But
we know exactly what you were talking about.
Getting back to that endgame update that we're getting. So here's what you can
Yes.
expect on that one. New level of quest difficulty. So 8.5 is not enough. We're going to make it even harder. I still think that 8.5 Gormagala is the hardest thing in the game. Like, on top of Arc-Tempered, Raydao, and Uth Duna, like, 8.5 Gormagala is the hardest thing. He will just, like, slap you.
He's
so
hard,
out
but
of
there's
nowhere.
something about there's something about the fight that, and I realize that this is the difference between Arc-Tempered and Tempered, but it's satisfyingly hard, and they hit inflatedly hard, but I really wish that they had like one standout mechanic that was new, like an Arc-Tempered has, like some
on an
behavior
8.5?
tweak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they have some differences, and they do moves more often that they normally wouldn't. But the Arc-Tempered, I think I'm enjoying so much that I kind of want that applied to
you want
all the 8.5s. I'm like, give me one special new move that makes me go, whoa! I wasn't expecting that. What the hell?
But so,
yeah.
new level of quest difficulty, even harder than the current 8.5s. I'm assuming on level of like Arc-Tempereds, or maybe even harder than Arc-Tempereds. We don't know, but new
Can
level
they
of quest
please,
difficulty. And that,
God, come up with a system to give us. The Hunter certificate system is trash. They really need to fix it because I love crafting weapons, but just having to farm for Hunter Seal 3s, Hunter Seal 3, or whatever they call it in English.
yeah.
Hunter Award 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. It's annoying. Anyways, go on.
And so, associated with that new level of quest difficulty, they're going to be dropping like special rewards, which are going to be used for RNG talismans. And then there was silence. So here's where I'm at with RNG talisman.
Hey, give me more difficulty if it's a more dynamic fight. That's all I don't need a reward to enjoy Monster Hunter. I honestly don't.
So
I mean, Monster Hunter 3, one of my favorite games. There was no reward for hunting those monsters over and over again. Once you made the armor, that was it. We still did it anyways.
So the thing about me and RNG talismans this time around is like I'm always very wary of it because I realized that I was unbelievably unlucky in Rise and Sunbreak because I kept getting garbage tier talismans, even engaging with the very last version of the whatever ritual thing that they had. It was just not good. I had a terrible experience with it, and I farmed and grinded hundreds of charms, and I don't want to go through that again because it was at the end of the day I was still using a charm that I got in base Rise. Okay, that's what I was using, a charm from base Rise.
I was gonna say,
with 3 Wirebug Whisper, 2-part Breaker. What?
How are they going to handle the inflation of stats? Because I think the talismans are going to also allow for the offensive skills to be on them, right?
Yes.
Which will open up all the new slots, which will just make the RTN weapons a billion times better than everything else because it has 3 level 3 slots. So they better add in one final upgrade eventually for the craftable weapons because I want those to be able to get 3 through 3 as well. That needs to happen. I'm sorry, it does.
I don't think it
does.
I don't think no. I think
it needs to happen.
It hasn't happened before. Like you're gonna get like
it needs to.
You're going to get like one monster that's going to catch up to it. Like right now we've had laggy weapons kind of catch up to the lightning version of an Ardian weapon. But
yeah, they're going to make Ardians a little bit more powerful. They need to add a final 333 slot upgrade. Use those materials and just upgrade the slots. It doesn't need to do anything.
It would be good. I hope so, but I don't know.
I hope
so. But so my take on RNG talismans this time around is like, look, we got RNG decorations this time around. And it was way better than in World and Iceborne. The system that they used where you can craft a bunch of them. And
if you're invested and you got to Hunter rank 100, you can just buy the ones you don't have. And there wasn't that many.
Not all of them. So like Artillery 3, for instance, you couldn't get that one. I don't think you can still get it. It's just random. It's completely random. There were a couple more. Yeah, there were a couple more that you just couldn't get. I forget which ones they are, but I do know that Artillery 3 was one of them because I got a lot of complaints because I said in the video, oh, I guess it's not that rare since I got one. And then it turns out it was. Yeah. I have two of them now.
I can't talk about it because
I
can't talk. I was the person who used and abused the deliver the flour so that I can get golden melding tickets, and I have like 10 billion. I want craftable decos, and I will always say that. So
it's like I have 350 hours in the game right now, and I have 2 Artillery 3 decos, and I haven't engaged with the melding system at all. If I did, it was like a targeted meld or something that I might have gotten in the beginning of the game. But other than that, I did not engage with the melding system at all, other than for Ardian pieces to create a couple more Ardian things. But anyways, my thing is with the decoration farm being significantly better and more attainable than it was in World and Iceborne, I would expect them to do the same for charms. So I don't expect these to be like the odds of the charms in Sunbreak, which I did the math on. And they were so beyond astronomical that you're better off playing the lotto. Okay, you're just better off playing the lotto and you'll win like probably 10 times before you get the charm that you want. So it was that level, which was crazy. So we get the RNG charms. Then there's going to be weapon balance adjustments, which will cover more weapons than originally planned, as well as other improvements and adjustments, which I hope to God, please, some of those other improvements and adjustments be for performance, please, so that more people can enjoy the game. But
yeah. They could, if they had the ability to, which I'm thinking because of the way the RE engine, maybe they just got themselves stuck with a bad, incompatible design. They should just say, you know what, we're not going to do a winter update. We're going to push all that content back for 3 months till spring, and we're going to make it the performance update. We're going to spend the next half year focusing only on performance optimization, and come this winter, it'll be much better. Like the that problem, I think would go over better.
The problem with that is that I think that marketing people wouldn't see that as like that's not That's not gonna up my numbers. I don't care.
Well, the numbers aren't very up anyways, right? I mean, if that's what they're saying, the soft sales, that I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what I want to see. I like the idea that we're gonna have a new difficulty of monsters. That's all I need from a fight. However, I'm going to defend the crafted weapons until the day I die. Because
No,
I don't,
agreed.
until this
I'm
day,
with you.
you know how many Artian weapons I have? One. And it's just because I wanted to try out the hammer. And it was the only thing I could craft because everything else needs a goddamn Hunter Seal 3 times 6, 5 or whatever to make. And I just don't have that many. I would go in and snipe SOS rooms to help people out, but I can't even get into the rooms. So it's like, you leave me no choice. But I don't like them. They're just not for me.
Yeah,
You know what might be cool? If you craft a final version of a crafted weapon, imagine if they allowed you to remove the innate skill and make it a decoration. If you can remove the Lagiacris ability from that thing and slot it in another weapon, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah,
not an Artian though.
To basically make the crafted weapons reach the same power level as Artians. Yeah, I completely agree. Because
and give us an upgrade where we can unlock all the slots. We can over meld it, make it 3 level 3s. It should be par and par.
Because I don't know if you remember, but back before they did the last update for Artian weapons, I actually didn't have to do Artian weapons as a Gunlance main because none of them had slightly strong shelling. Now all of them do. They changed that. All of them have slightly strong shelling, so I had to engage with it. So I farmed the buttload, and I got a perfectly rolled Artian Gunlance.
Yeah, I saw you got
the plus.
I saw that. Yeah,
the 5 plus 5.
We gotta make a T-shirt though saying.
People were telling me, "Oh,
layered weapons,
that
you're not fooling me. I know you got an Artian.
That doesn't look hacked at all." And I was like, "Yes, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't even save scum in a goddamn game."
You're the last person in the world that would do that. Yeah.
But
we should make a T-shirt, right? That says your weapon looks pretty cool, bro, but I know that's layered. I know that's an Artian under there. That's not the real deal.
Exactly. But I'm still trying my best to use as many crafted weapons as possible. So for Thunder, I'm still using Logi, even though I think Logi is actually better than Artian. But then
the Insight Glaive is really good.
Yeah, but I think there was also a what's the other? Oh yeah, I'm using for Dragon. I'm still using the what's it called? The G Lawful Boars from Guardian Arkveld, which is still one of the best ones. But yeah, most of the other ones right now I am using Artian. Even though it's not perfectly rolled or whatever, if I want to use Elemental. It's it's got 1 Elemental, 2 attack, 1 affinity.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't care.
It's got, having 3 level 3 slots is bigger than most people might think because you can have you can have a bonus handicraft on every one of those decos. So that's a 3 handicraft right there. And it's oof.
In my case, it lets me have 3 offensive guard, which for Gunlance, the uptime of offensive guard is it's pretty high up there. So it's just have 15% more attack all the time. It's great.
I am kind of curious though if they're going to have charms that have the ability to have offensive and defensive skills. Yes, it'll open up for a lot new, as they say, a variety of builds. But it's also going to create a literal master rank level of skill bloat. That how are they going to how are they going to balance that out when master rank comes eventually?
Yeah, I think.
It's already the skill bloat already is big.
I think we're looking at Sunbreak levels of master rank shenanigans.
Frontier levels, you think?
Frontier, I think we're looking. I don't know. I think
Frontier
Sunbreak.
level. I think 20 levels of something we're going to have because you can do some crazy stuff right now.
Yeah.
You know what they might need to do, and I hope they don't, but if it gets so ridiculous, they'll either run with it and say, that's what it is. You can have 1,000 skills on, and it's just micro updates. Every 1 level is a small little tick. It's nothing significant, which would suck. But that's what it's already becoming that. Burst level 1, burst level 5, 1's good enough.
No, I'm using burst
level
5.
2.
Burst 5 on Gunlance real good. It's real
burst
good.
1, but yeah, I just don't the only thing I can see them doing is okay, we're going to add in extra levels, weakness exploit instead of being, 5 levels will be 10. Otherwise, what are they going to do?
New skills.
Because you think about a level 3 deco gives you a full level 3 of a
Listen,
skill and another level of another skill. That's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11,
have you
12,
seen
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 levels of skill between
but
a level 3 triple slot deco and a weapon.
here's where I'm at with I do have faith in some of the things that they're doing. Have you seen the corn popper?
Just pictures of it.
Okay, so you haven't crafted it, you don't know what the skill is. Because the corn popper
No.
is a very, very interesting weapon this time around. So to give you an idea, you know what the average raw damage of a weapon is when you get to endgame, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so give me a number.
I mean, average is like 210.
Okay, 210, 215.
200,
like
210.
My
somewhere around
perfectly
there, yeah.
rolled my perfectly rolled Guardian is 230. The
Dang.
the Guardian Arkveld gun lance is 240. So it's like these are the
Yeah,
numbers
yeah.
you're talking
Oh,
about
but
for
I'm
like
sure that's
endgame type of stuff. 210s,
not
250s,
long white
220s.
sharpness, though.
What?
Not a 240. 240, you're not getting long white.
No,
though,
no, no, no,
for
no.
sure.
You're not getting long.
That'll be blue.
But like you get the idea. These are the attack numbers that you're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about for endgame. So the corn poppers, the final version of the corn popper is 190. 190 raw.
What is
But
the catch?
it doesn't have slightly strong shelling. It has strong shelling. And
Wait, stronger than any other,
yes,
like a new tier?
a new tier called
that's
strong
cool.
shelling. Okay, but even
Ooh.
that doesn't make up because shelling now scales with attack, so even that doesn't make up for the fact because it's got really low raw.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what do? They give it a special skill called the crackling corn popper.
That's great.
And what it does is it increases the shelling level so long as your gun lance is overheated. And what that means is using
that's
both Wyvern
smart.
Fire charges. So if both of your Wyvern
Gratuitously,
Fire
yeah.
charges are on cooldown, then that
that's
is the
freaking
most
cool.
powerful shelling in the whole game.
That's awesome.
And then
oh my
you
God.
add to that the fact that they no longer nerf wide shelling for doing full burst, and they've actually buffed burst fire in the latest update, and that is the strongest burst fire in the whole game. So what they've done with
Wow.
that is they've created a new playstyle for Gunlance. So
Yeah, because
even
I was
though
gonna
it's
say, yeah, because
it's
it
a
really
niche thing. Like most people aren't going to do it. They're going to go back to like whatever Ardian and they still do their full blast combos, which is fine. But like if you are playing Crackling Corn Popper, the objective is unload those Wyvern Fires the second they come off, and then
Fast.
burst fire on the monster nonstop. That's the
Oh,
point.
that
Which
I
is
got to
just-
make that now. That sounds really
Yeah,
fun.
it's just a different
They just,
playstyle.
like I made a video that performed horribly, of course, because I'm not making content and YouTube pretends I don't exist. And
yeah.
but like
Usual.
the Sedegios gunner weapons this time are also like in a way that it
Yeah, I've
promotes a
heard.
different way of approaching the fight. Like the way that you play
'Cause
is
you
just
dodge
different
and
because you're
reload,
actively
right?
going for those evades. Yeah, it's so good. So like weapons that change the way you approach a weapon, like the skills, that's genius. That's great.
So like that's what I'm
we
thinking.
need more of that. That's a good step.
If we're getting all of these charms and offensives and all of these things, what if rather than just going, okay, the charm is going to give you +3 attack or whatever, they go after like
Yeah.
these more niche skills, like hey, you get the crackling corn popper skill, or you get the the thing from Logi, or you get the whatever. It's like I'm just hoping that's where we're going with the new skills is more crazy shenanigans like this. And I know that a lot of people
Yeah,
are
but I want them-
they're rolling their eyes and go like, no, more 3 attack. More 3
No, but I
crit
think-
boost. It's like, no, bro, stop.
Yeah, but the crackling one, I would say though, like because it's a unique skill to that weapon, I would at
You'd have
least
to
hope
roll
that there
for
would be a
it or
condition.
something.
You would have to at least craft that weapon to allow it to get added to the pool.
Yeah, something like that.
Or like I was saying, you can detach that innate skill and put it on something else, because otherwise you would never craft that weapon in the first place, and you wouldn't truly appreciate what you're getting when you put it on another weapon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but like I'm hoping that they move more.
But the door of possibilities are there.
yeah,
They've
exactly.
got I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do.
I'm hoping they move more in that direction. So
Yeah.
the Festival of Accord Flame
Yeah,
Fest is also getting extended. they don't give it an end date now. They're just saying that it was supposed to end on August 13th, which is when this update is getting added. Now it's just like it's going to keep going. We don't know until
The
when.
festival?
Yeah, the festival. I wonder, you think
Well,
they
you know
would...
why?
You
That's
think,
a very easy way for them. Didn't they just say they were debating about getting rid of time-sensitive events because people are just not
no,
happy with it?
they've
That's
done
one
it.
way to do that.
They've done it already. So
If you
like,
just have this event go on, then all the event quests are available because it's a festival.
yeah, but the thing
Maybe
is,
they just
they've already done it because like Arc-Tempered Uthduna and Arc-Tempered Raidao, they're never leaving.
they're not going away.
The free challenge quests go away, but like the actual baseline quests where you can farm their gear, those aren't going away anymore. Like that's done.
But like all the other event quests, which I hated that they went away, they're all up during a festival. So why don't they just, the easiest way to implement it is keep the system they have right now and say, you know what, right now it's Fire Festival, and once the seasons change, we'll get a new festival. And there's only 4 festivals a year, and there's never a time where it's not a festival. In that case, all the event quests are always up.
Yeah.
They don't even have to program anything.
That's what I was thinking.
That might be the solution.
They don't tell you the end date of Flame of Accord right now.
They'll just
so
call
it
instead
could
of a festival, just call it a season, right? The season of Flame. And that's the next 3 months is going to be that. And then it'll be the season of
I guess the question then
autumn.
becomes then why there's a base version of the hub exists.
Well, the base version now is going. Well, it shouldn't.
It's
right?
gone.
I mean, it's
there's festivals all the time.
The non-seasonal stuff is. I mean, the seasonal stuff is so good that if I have to go back to that town, it's going to seem so like I'm walking into a store on like a weekday.
Maybe like the 2 last weeks before the next event, they give you like the bad one, not the bad, but like the original thing, so that you're like, oh, we're back to this now. There's no festival, and then 2 weeks later, it's like, here's a festival again. Let's go. That might be a way to do it.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because when you make it that good, it feels really bad to go back down. So it's kind of like I wouldn't mind if the base non-festival is an option that you can toggle on and off for your squad lobby.
Did you try out the Uthduna skills, by the way? The Uthduna armor?
No, I crafted all the armor and I upgraded them to like level 5 because like going to like level 8 is ridiculous. The
yeah,
armor
it's
spheres
way
you need,
too
holy
much.
crap.
Yeah.
I made all the armor. Didn't even try it yet. I'm still using. I mean, I've been in love with the set of Geos weapons. I made the full laggy set, and I've been enjoying that greatly. And I also, what was the last thing I was doing? And I'm still using the Arc-Tempered Raidao set. It was awesome. So I've been enjoying using that. But I haven't. I haven't touched it. I've made it, but I haven't touched it yet. Tell me what's about it. What's cool?
I've actually changed my Gunlance build to use 3 pieces of this set. So it's got tool specialist.
I know the foot's really good, right?
The foot is really good for longsword because it's got quick sheet 3. But so it's got full tool specialist, which reduces the cooldown on mantles by 50%. So you get a mantle every 5 minutes.
Who uses those?
I use those because the other thing about
no mobility on Gunlance.
No. But the other thing about his set is like whenever you have a mantle on, you get like crazy defense. So what I do, yes. So what happens is on top of it, they made so that Rocksteady and Wilds already gives you crazy defense. So I have Rocksteady every 5 minutes, and at the very beginning, you're damn near like, for instance, you know how hard Arc-Tempered Uthduna hits, right? In the beginning, when I have friggin', I don't care. I'm not even trying to block. I'm like, I don't, because blocking is a waste of time. I'm just like, I'm shelling nonstop.
Jesus.
I'm just like full blasting.
I'm going to have to check it out. That sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's a ton of fun, dude. So I use that to get that. And then on top of it, you also get the new Guts skill. So it also increases your attack. I think it's supposed to be 5%. But I was doing the calculations. It always adds up to like 4 point something.
Guts.
And it always seems to go. It always seems to go to 11 raw attack for my sets. But
well, you said guts, but do you mean heroics?
No, that's the thing. The new Guts, which is also in Raidao's set, is like you have.
That's like if you die once, you don't die, right? That's
yes,
guts.
but this is the new Guts. So the new Guts is. You have the thing where if you die once, if you die once, you don't die. But also you have 5% less defense, 5% more offense. And then when you trigger Guts from the not dying, It instead removes that and just gives you additional resistances.
Well, Jesus, I didn't know that.
That if
They
you're
really
running
need
the
to be more
Raydal set,
descriptive and everything.
you're already using that.
Well, maybe as a Sword and Shield user, I just never take damage, so I wouldn't know.
Fine, whatever. It's like, sure.
You know what? I will say the thing I enjoy the most about Ulthduna, the Arc Tempered, is it gives me fond nostalgic memories of Monster Hunter 3G Rathalos. For the fact of, if you remember,
Was
in
he
3
fat?
Ultimate, no, in 3 Ultimate, when Rathalos transitions from normal to enraged, you always made sure, where the hell am I standing? Because he's about to do a back jump flame to your face and kill you, especially in G rank. And that becomes the thing that you think about as you're approaching, as you're doing big damage. You're like, okay, he's definitely getting up from this topple. He's definitely going enraged. So you either brought your earplugs like a good boy and you're fine, or you're going to start dodging and getting the hell out of his face because you know it's coming. And daddy it's coming and he's going to hit you hard. And you know it's coming. It's the same thing with Ulthduna. When Ulthduna Arc Tempered goes enraged, it does that crazy forward, like really fast forward dodge, and then does like a circle around after the scream. That thing does like 99% of your health. It's crazy. Maybe you never experienced it because you're using mantles, but it'll one-shot a lot of people. And so it's really fun planning around that. So like what we'll do is we'll go in there and we'll start with one jump attack as we dismount, and we'll save the next aerial attack for the moment we know it's going to go to trigger to its first enrage. Boom, mount it. Yeah. Interrupt it. Flashbangs, boom, interrupt it. Like it's in our mind every time, and I love that. Because that's like true hunting, right? You understand the pattern, you're expecting it, you're waiting for it, jumps in the water, you know you're going to environmental hit it, you know exactly where to place the trap because it gets washed up in the same place every time. It's such a good hunt. Oh my God.
It is
10 out of 10 in my eyes. It really is great.
I like how much this hunt kind of like favors you using elemental damage, because like you get the elemental damage above if you play it right, and you also get the right RNG. You get 2 of those, because there's 2 of those that you can drop. Then you let him go downstairs, drop the other one on him. If he's still alive after that, runs away one more time, you can still drop the other one that's further ahead on top of him as well. So it's just like there's all of these things that you can drop on him. But yeah, I think he's a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see what.
I love how Rathalos is useless. You go downstairs and you can just throw the dam at him right away, but it's like, you got Rathalos over there. Like, have you ever actually?
Rathalos doesn't even show up most of the time for me with the free challenge quest, at least.
Oh yeah, I haven't looked at the free challenge, but the regular one, he's always there. And so we always play a joke where like we ignore it, and I was like, you know what? Let's give Rathalos a chance to try out here. Let's see what he can do. Man, he does like 50 damage. Like, you didn't do crap, dude. Like Mizutsune does huge damage, like 3,000. Like, you do nothing. You're useless. So
they've done.
We
Rathalos,
just look at him like, look at that loser.
It's like, I feel like they need to adjust all of the wounds to not pop as often on all of the monsters. Like the stuff that they've did for the 8/5s, they need to do it for all of them, because like on normal monsters now, like wounds just pop so often that like I'll start my attack and it will trigger another wound, and then I'll start another one, it'll trigger another one. It's like
they are all
like
the
drilling.
Training dummy, right?
I'm like drilling for oil on top of these monsters. Like, what do we do? It's crazy.
Well, I like the balance of the Arc Tempered 8/3. I think on Ulthduna it's just right. Yeah. Because it happens, like you'll get 1, maybe 2 on the first area, but you'll not get more than that. And then you'll get 1 more, maybe 2 on the second area, and then 1 more in the final one. You get about 3 or 4. That's it. Yeah. They won't give you any more. I like that, and it's so aggressive that it's a big monster that unless you're Sword and Shield, and you can easily pop wherever the heck you want in a second, it could be a little hard to hit it. So, I think that was a good one. But you're right. Like a normal monster, oh my God, it's like it's topple heaven. It's probably worse than Clutch Claw in that regard.
Oh yeah, you just
like monsters just can't move.
But that's why 8/5s are so good, because they get less of that, so it makes way more sense. But
8/4s I actually like a lot. When I'm farming for sets, I do 8-4s. 8-3s are still a little too easy, so 8-4s are perfect for that. And 8-5s are for like, okay, let's just have fun. Let's go fight a monster, you know?
Let's go fight something beefy. But I want to see more
Yeah.
of the. I'm hoping that with the introduction of this new level of quest difficulty, they don't just do, okay, it's going to be the Apexes again. I'm like, no, I want to see like a Jarrakan on a new level of difficulty. Let's friggin' go.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. I miss that monster fighting it. That was one of my favorite. It's just like a slugfest when it's just you. I tell you, I like always take out my Palico when I fight the monster because it's the one-on-one aspect is so fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
so like,
what a good monster.
I want to see more monsters like that, and even Rathalos and some other monsters. I want to see more of those get like an increased level of difficulty. But it does seem like almost the type of endgame system that we would see with the Master Rank expansion. So we'll have to see what they come up with.
Yeah, that's
September.
what I'm really curious. Like, what are they going to do for that?
How are they going to? What are they going to put in September? The kind of like, that's going to be.
There's
as
something coming in
meaty as
September?
this. I mean, yeah, because in September we still have Title Update 3. They've removed stuff from Title Update 3 to give it to us now, and I'm wondering, okay, what are you going to replace that with?
I thought we were just getting monsters, right?
It's an additional monster, but I expect if we're getting these new things now, I expect them to have way more content in September.
Man, you are way more optimistic than I am. I don't think that there's more in September because
better.
They're literally they're moving it up. They're making that update smaller so that we can have more fun earlier.
I think that what's going to happen. I think that what's going to happen is that this new level of quest difficulty is going to be a scalable system, somewhat similar to what we got with the.
Every update they unlock a little bit new ones. New
Yeah,
level
what was the anomaly? Like the anomaly stuff. I think it's going to be something like that. And I think it'll likely be connected to Frenzy. That would be what I would expect.
Yeah, it has to be because like Gore Magala was there, but it's kind of like, okay, but why? Yeah. Like Frenzy Crystals, why do I even have these, right? Like, why are Frenzy monsters die so fast? Come on, I want the Apex. I think
we're going to find out. I think on the 13th of August, we're going to find out.
Oh, my God. Yeah, because when a monster... But the thing is, I want whatever system it is, I don't want it to only apply to the top 5 monsters.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, a Jarrakan, like, hell, make Chemitrice be a beast.
I want crazy-ass, Chemitrice... Can you imagine if they had a system where you can do like a quest that will scale the monster to your? I guess it doesn't really work because you're not the difficulty is the mechanics, not just the health, right?
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
attack. But
if it's just
I want to like someone just play with the sliders and make like Chemitrice like 200% bigger and like 50% faster, like the old event quest that we used to get. Like that would be so
supersonic Chemitrice.
Like a fast, and he's like a T-Rex, right? He's like a Devil Joe size,
like the
and make him
hyper
50%
system.
Faster. That would
the hyper
that would
system
be amazing,
dude. Hyper system, make him hyper.
God, man. I mean, in that regard, and they'll never do it, but I would love if they allow us to do custom quest. No rewards, just let us play with the sliders. Let us make the monsters super small, super big, super powerful, weak, whatever. No materials. We just like it's like an arena quest, but just let us make custom quests for fun. That would be cool. We can make community challenges then, you know?
I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
Because like I want to see what they.
I'm just saying I like variation in my quests.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's all the Monster Hunter news. All of the things that have been happening. I need to go get some lunch, bro. I think that you also.
Yeah, I need to make some dinner.
You got to go make some dinner for Yuna as well. Sorry, guys. It's just like, it's crazy with summer break and we're all like giga busy. And so it's very hard to like get together, do a podcast, but we still wanted to get one done for you guys about the recent Monster Hunter stuff that's been going down. Let us know what you guys.
Again, sorry if you're like one of the people that are facing the technical issues, and I hope Capcom can figure it out. In the meantime, the content they're adding has been great. So, I mean, I just hope they can iron out the things that aren't so that eventually when people get back to the game, they're like, wow. And they got lots of fun stuff.
I hope so,
Fingers crossed.
But if you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. Make sure to check out Gaijin's latest video because otherwise YouTube ain't going to promote it. So, he made a video about the bowguns of Seregios. So make sure to check that stuff out. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe.
And happy hunting.